think about this whole apparently new strand that's come from South Africa of all places?
Are we started the show yet?
Technically not, no, but...
Oh, well, alright, well, do you want to start it? I don't know. We'll get into it. There's only us four.
Yeah,
I had to count each person as well. One, two.
From the man who's not been drinking yet.
Yeah, we expect that kind of shit from me.
What? No. Sorry, the light in the back you can see is our bathroom. So, of course, Lucy's closed the door. Our dogs can open doors. So look, I've got it blurred in the back so you can't see jack shit.
Who's that taking a piss?
That's gone in the bloopers.
Well, either way, hello and welcome to the Christmas Clusterfuck.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Who put 10p in you?
Nobody did.
You almost sound just as bad as Arsenal Blues last night.
It's on random.
So depressed.
But I think Paul's on chat roulette or something. He's come up random.
Random.
Ant's got his head in the oven. Also,
It's a fucking good place for it, to be honest with you.
You should be wearing this. Bar humbug. I don't know if you can see that light. Yeah,
No, that's too much personality for me, that. Don't want to give people the wrong
impression. At least.
Is that a bold joke?
It may have been, yes. It may have been.
How long have you been recording this?
Whoa. I'm
long
say
enough.
this now. Paul, drop your head down. Drop your head down. There you go.
I'm catching up. Catching up, don't worry.
Back, my friend.
There
That
you
is back.
It's alright, man's bugging off at some speed, so I'll soon be joining you, no doubt.
Right, I'm going opposite. Proper head hair.
Growing his. So, it's alright, there's something that a pair of clippers won't fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to look at the barbers before Christmas, but it was rammed. And he said
To go to a barber's. I dream of going to a barber's.
Go to the barbers, or well, you won't need to go to hardware store to get your head waxed.
I could go to the barber's, yeah, but I'd sit in there and we'd just both look at each other and go, "What's the fucking point?"
Well, you know, see these new things that barbers do now. So for the bald people, they give like full head massages and do like the full.
Oh, great! I get to pay 20 quid for a fucking fella to rub me head. Great, just the same time. The best I can wish for is for the fairy godmother to come down and I get some wishes or something. Or however she works out. Okay. The genie, you get free wishes.
Could be worse. You can get rubbed down. Go to Cookson Street for that.
Shit.
Oh god! But yes, welcome to the Christmas clusterfuck.
Yay.
The replacement for the crap sack because fuck you, COVID.
It's nothing to do with COVID. We just don't like you all. we don't like being.
That's a horrible thing to say.
We like each other's company, not the public's.
Yes, but yes. Hopefully next year we'll be back with the crap sack. But this year, Christmas clusterfuck. I am your host, Paul. Definitely stupid, allegedly sexy Flinders. And joining us tonight we have the lost one himself, Adam Cox.
How do?
We have Mr. Alan Morrison.
The fat man himself.
The fat man himself. And we have the man affectionately known as not Daz. He's Anthony Dark.
I'm so happy to be here. Yay.
Go on, Darky lad.
I am bringing
Get that enthusiasm.
I am bringing positivity and energy to this podcast as and when I see fit.
Now listen, you're called not Daz, not actual Daz, so come on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you guys.
What was the other one? Cool.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Oh, anyone who says cool is just an arse.
Alright, that's cool.
Cool.
Arsehole. Arsehole.
Cool.
I get paid to be an arsehole.
Absolutely. So, that's a quick question. We're probably all have the same answer. What have we been up to?
Fuck all.
Cool. Yes, absolutely. Fuck all.
Losing sleep, trying to wrap presents and failing.
I found God. Literally found God. He's in my back garden in the shed now. Literally there. It's great stuff.
Mowing your lawn.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've employed God. He's now my housekeeper. And let's just check that off the offending list. That's Christian's done. There we go. Hey, working our way down.
Absolutely. There was once an idea I had actually for a part of a podcast. What I was going to do was, I got hold of a list of words that are banned off TV before Watershed or something like that, and I was going to try and work a way of getting every single word into the podcast, and I never got round to doing it.
I think we've done that before though already because of like the original George Carlin bit of like the 7 things you can't say on TV.
Yes.
Which was like shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, and turd.
Oh,
there's a few more as well. That.
Well, there was that. They added in like twat as well. But
yeah. Well, I remember that because I actually found the list, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and I never actually got round to doing it because I think I found something really weird to try. It might have been actually the funny flavoured rock. And I was like, oh, this is a fucking fantastic idea. And we milked that for like a month. So we went and did that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm still not over the Palmer Violet rock, to be fair. Like...
yeah. that was... yeah, Coxie's having Vietnam flashbacks of this Palmer Violet rock.
Oh. You weren't there, man.
I've seen some things.
I saw some things and some stuff.
Garlic bread bleeding rock. That was. I think there was a chicken korma one as well, which I tried, and that was fucking vile.
Chicken korma. Oh.
Yeah.
It's not like the garlic bread one you tried, though. It just like it tasted just like sweet. It didn't actually taste of anything.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't
a few
great.
You tried where it just tasted like nothing.
Yeah, there was some horrible ones. So, like you said, the Palmer Violet one was fucking vile. But like I say, the curry one.
You will know because you made me try it.
Well, I think I tried it. Yeah, we did make you try it. You know me, though. I'll try anything.
Don't be fooled, people. We are actually friends.
We are. Yes. Well, there is the unwritten rule where if my mum gives me something, I have to try it on air. But unfortunately, she's not giving me anything for a while because fucking COVID. So.
She gave you COVID.
Now. I said, cause COVID.
To be fair, I'm surprised, like, your wife's not in cahoots with her, like, messages are going, oh, there's these Carolina Reaper things now in Iceland. Go and pick them up and give them to him. He has to eat them then.
Absolutely.
I was thinking, why don't you go to Ann Summers and just send you a load of stuff there? You'd have to do it on the podcast.
I don't give a shit. I'd do it. You know me.
You heard him.
But,
you heard him.
I heard it here. But it's funny you mentioned Reaper stuff because I actually did try. I showed Coxie with this a bit of a spoiler. He popped around to mine earlier, and
I didn't.
You didn't. At the doorstep, you didn't enter the house. There you go. You didn't enter the house. And I showed him these pies that I had in the freezer, and they were Carolina Reaper steak pies. So they were like normal steak pies, but someone evil git had the idea of putting Carolina. I can't even say the word.
Carolina Reaper.
From this point known as Reaper. Reaper inside of these pies.
I hate the phrase "the Reaper inside it." It's fucking bad.
They may as well because they nearly killed me.
He had a Reaper inside him and he almost killed him. Right there.
Yeah, I bit one and I may as well have gone fucking blind. It was evil, absolutely evil.
Can't be that bad.
I had 3 mouthfuls and I couldn't handle it.
I've heard that. Hello, you. We've all been there.
I have quite a high heat tolerance, but I couldn't manage those. They were not fun at all. If you're absolutely loony enough to try them, you can get them from Iceland. So, if you want to give them a go.
What is it with everyone? What is it with everyone's trying to outdo each other with the hottest stuff ever? Like that Vindaloo Morrison's brought out and something else, and it was like the hottest thing ever. Now what?
Morrison's did a curry, didn't they? And Iceland did one in return, like sort of as like a thingy, and then a clapback, and then Iceland's brought out like bloody Reaper burgers, Reaper pies, Reaper chicken nuggets, Reaper chicken strips,
sausages
like,
they've got in there as well.
Reaper sausages. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a spicy fish thing they do as well, or spicy fish nuggets or something.
Possibly, I'll give them all a go. I mean, the pie though, it was like with nuggets and stuff like that. It's sort of like in chunks, and you can sort of swallow it quite quickly. But with it being in like a gravy, once you bite it, it sort of just spreads all over your tongue, and it just you can't just like get rid of it.
Were you chugging a 6-pounder of milk or something that you had in the fridge? Or?
Nearly, yeah. We're not talking as bad as the time when me and Coxie was going around court, going move. But yeah, it weren't far off.
Best phone call I ever had. What? It was like, oh, we're dying. All right, well, it can't be that bad. Then I saw the video. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping next year we can. Fingers crossed, we can all do it. So
yeah, well, there's chili festivals nearby.
It's been one of them though where I was debating whether to buy some 10-minute burn and just bring it and be like, right, everyone get a toothpick and try a bit of this.
Oh,
I'm well up for that.
I would have to say that me and Coxie would be exempt because we've already done it.
I wouldn't be doing it because I know how bad it is.
Yeah, we've done it. We've done it. Christ isn't here right now, but we can get him to do it. He'll do it.
And it's the sort of thing that put hairs on your head or knock it off them.
Like I said, there's no hope for that shit anymore.
It will. This will do this shit.
It'll put hair on your bollocks and on your head.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not 12.
He's got alopecia.
But
I'm not like you're not talking to John Joe Shelby here. I'm actually sort of. I've got hair in places. We're not going to discuss where on the podcast, but it's there, people.
It's on his
there.
face. It's on his face. There we go.
It's on my face. Yes.
It's on his face.
My own hair. Before anyone makes that joke, my own hair on my face.
He's not sellotaped it off. He's not gone up to someone with a roll of sellotape, scraped the hair off them by ripping it off, and then placed it onto his face.
And yet we can all imagine me doing that, which says a lot about my character.
Absolutely.
And also, Andy, if you had a fuller, thicker beard, you could do the bit from Hot Fuzz with a great big bushy beard.
Yeah, God's really giving me the short straw on everything. Not everything again. I don't want to go into that on the podcast. Not everything, but in terms of hair, he's really done me over. Everything else, he's excelled at. God bless him.
We're catching you up as evidence, so don't worry. You may not be alone.
If I'm going down, I'm taking you fuckers with me.
Well, I'm already on the slippery slope. So, but unfortunately, I don't have Wayne Rooney's money to get a hair transplant, so I'm fucked. So.
Why would you do that?
I know.
Why would you? Wasn't it hair from his arse or something? Or have I just made up something mad then? Apparently, it's like hair follicles, whatever they are. He just like pop them from his arse and just pop them on his head.
Well,
would that be
science?
Science. Essentially, you'd have pubes on your head.
Exactly.
Why?
He's got bum hair on his head. He's got bum hair.
Arse face.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't do that. I don't think I couldn't do that to myself.
No.
Because that's what people would shout at me.
I think I'd rather be ridiculed for wearing a wig than having arse hair on my head, if I'm brutally honest.
Just think of it, going into class, and all you hear, arse face is coming.
They say, to be honest with you, they say that anyway.
Nicknames you don't want. I've got a few, unfortunately.
Oh God, here we go.
So yeah, I'm not going to them because no, just no.
Oh, go on.
Go on.
Right. So,
Well, you took some convincing, didn't you? You know.
First one is the Fat Man for obvious reasons. Because I'm fat. Other one is Mozza. That's quite a good one. I like one. Mozza. So I get called that at work, as well as Sainsbury's. That's my last name, Morrison.
Mozza. You sound like a moderately powerful Pokemon.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's a magic.
Oh God.
And for Tash lot, a local rock club community, I'm known as the Burger Bitch. Because at the time, my name came about, I was working at McDonald's, and anytime there was a barbecue or a meet-up or any form of cooking happening, it was me end up cooking the bastard. So the king of the bitch of the burgers, then it came like Burger Bitch, so it kind of stuck for about 10 years. Thanks for that, you bastard.
Burger Bitch.
It was like, funny. It was well funny, right? So I moved away to Durham, as everyone knows, and I came back, unfortunately, and I walked into the Tash, said hello to the usual regulars. But, oh, you're back, I see you. Oh, that's great. There's some random kid. He must have been, about 18, 19, come up to me. Excuse me. Yeah. He goes, I was curious. What? You Burger Bitch? I was like, yeah. Yes, why? And he goes, it's like, oh, you're a legend around here. Everyone knows you. I was like, what the fuck's been said? What do you mean I'm a legend? All right, fair enough. So anyway, carried on. Drinking away, music's playing on. I'm standing in the DJ booth like I normally do. And next to me, though, like 3 other people come up. You're the Burger Bitch. I was like, yeah. And he goes, can we get a picture with you? I was like, oh, fuck's sake. So, back when Facebook first came on the scene, there was, everyone created a group. There was always a group someone created, like I live with a bunch of Northerners or stuff like that, stupid stuff. It was like, it's the Burger Bitch Appreciation Society.
Hell, fire.
So I was like, going, all right, I'm going to join this. I only took 6 days till someone realised I was the Burger Bitch. The next one, I was made admin. This is your group now. We appreciate you and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. No, I'm going now. Leave me alone.
Alan became a deity.
You do. You get to a certain age when you go into the Tash where you actually become literally folklore. You do. It's
all right, Robbie, don't calm down, will you?
Or you turn into a myth or a legend of that sort of caliber. It was like he walked in. I don't know if you probably cops may know him. Do you know Tall? Nope. Well, that's not a good one. Glass Collector Kev. Punk Kev.
Mm.
Yeah, no, Gaz. Sorry, Gaz. Gaz Collector Gav.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine, everyone knows him. Walks in, goes, oh shit, it's got a Glass Collector Gav there. Why? Because he glass collected for 6 months back in like year 2000. And that's just been stuck since. Same as Burger Bitch. It just gets stuck. And you're like, fuck's sake. Sick time, this nickname. Crazy times.
It's like the name Ned with me. That's stuck with me since fucking high school because one person noticed my surname was one letter different from Flanders. So it's like, right, you're Ned from now on. It's like, yay, thank you for that.
At school, I was called Frogger. No idea where this came from. Just came out of the blue. Just called Frogger. Was that all right? And it's been stuck since. But you know, we do like school reunions or meet or work up and mate. So here comes Frogger. It's like, fuck's sake. Can we not drop this now? It's been like over 20 years now. Come on, guys. So yeah, oh god, 20 years. Oh.
I notice how Ant's like saying nothing. He's like, my surname's Dark. Let's leave it at that.
We all know the problems with my last name and what my nickname was and always has been.
Question is, were you down in the hood?
Well, as you well know, I was a child of the streets. And I was speaking to my friend Snoop, and speaking about the economy, I just thought, I wanted a better world for people, you know what I mean? And young Usher was next to me as well. Dr. Dre was next to him. I remember Eminem was just down the road from me. We got on really, really well. Apart from Kanye West, that arsehole was a fucker, you know. He ran for president, didn't he? Kanye West ran for fucking president. Kanye West ran for president the same way Stephen Hawking ran for the bus. I mean, what the fuck?
Is this where you're gonna go into detail about like how you released your debut album straight out of Preston or something like?
Well, let me tell you a story. It was after I released my second rap EP. Professor Green and I just sat down with each other, and yeah, we just wrote some shit, and off we went.
Oh dear.
God,
Oh dear.
I'm a fucking weirdo, man. You know what? It was quite good for something that was made up on the spot.
Yeah, it weren't bad at all. I'll give you that.
There's probably people going, is he really making that shit up? Yes, I am.
Hello, Cool J rated Gangsters in Paradise just for him.
Absolutely.
It was about me, yes.
Useless fact of the day.
Yeah. No sleep till Ribbleton.
8 Mile is the about me, of course. 8 miles is the distance I used to walk to school. Lose Yourself is also about me. That's when I got lost in Lidl that time.
I thought you would about that was the same trip going to school every morning. You lose yourself.
Oh no, I knew where I was going. I knew all the back alleys. Well, that sounds awful. If you're listening to this and you don't know me, you know what I mean. And if you're listening to this and you do know me, you know what I mean.
Oh dear, babe.
That sounds awful. Oh, I'm an awful person now. Well. Anyone want to carry on? Anyone want to take over? I'm running out of rappers and songs. Help me out here.
Anthony founded Vanilla Ice.
He's actually my second cousin.
Talking about Vanilla Ice.
Ironically, he hates vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla Ice. Has anyone watched a documentary on Netflix called Operation Odysseus?
No.
Right. So, premise is about drug running from Colombia up to America, and it went through a Russian mafia / casino owner in Miami, and he basically bought an old Soviet nuclear submarine, and he was running it with that to and from, and it's all basically how they did it, how they got away with it, and how the FBI caught them. The thing is, when the Cold War ended and the Soviet Union wasn't the Soviet Union anymore, went to Russia, will be known
CIS, wasn't it, first?
Or whatever. Basically, they had a whole load of stuff. You could buy anything in Russia. You can literally buy anything because the market dropped. There was a lot of corruption and all that.
Yep.
So they're over in Russia sorting out deals to getting cocaine over to Russia and selling it in mainland Europe and all that. And the guy who was doing the drug running, turned around and said, "Oh, it would be well good if we could buy like a submarine or something." One of the Soviet like admirals turned around and said, "Buy one off me if you want." You are? And he goes, "Yeah, buy one off us." So he bought a nuclear submarine and he was running it crazy. He was running it from Colombia all the way up to Miami, parking outside some all
Parking it.
describe it, and unloading that
Bring it in, lads,
millions
bring
of
it
dollars worth of cocaine. Yeah,
Parallel
watch
park in
it.
a submarine.
Watch it. It is outstanding. It's one of the greatest documentaries I've ever watched because you sit there, it's half the stuff they'll do, and you're like, you are. Anyway, so apparently Vanilla Ice got into it all as well. So it was this. It was, yeah, it was apparently the guy who sorted him out a whole lot of speedboats and whatnot, and like cocaine parties. The next one, he's funding them to get the cocaine to get submarine paid for and all this shit. It was like, what the fuck's going on here? This is amazing. It's fantastic.
I was gonna say, speaking of friggin' 2020 documentaries, we also had fucking Tiger King, which came out on Netflix.
Oh god!
Oh.
I tried to watch that. I could not get. I must be one of the few people that could not get into that.
No, that first episode's like, all right, yeah, fair enough. I can see where this is going. Episode 2, that's where it all goes. What the fuck am I watching here? Is this turned into a TV like a soap or something? This is amazing. And of course, it carries on like that. So it's well worth sticking it out. I promise you, you'd love it.
I might give it a go. I mean, at the minute, me and my wife, we've got into. Well, this year we decided to try and get a few more different series out because we're that couple that can never decide what we want to watch at night. Kids are in bed, fuck all on telly because telly's shite nowadays. So right, let's stick Netflix on. Let's see what there is. I mean, you'd be there for hours on end scrolling through. Looking, I don't like the look of that. Don't like the look of that. Don't like the look of that. We stumbled upon. We discovered Lost Kingdom.
That's good.
Some sort of really good.
Books better.
Binge that.
So the guy who created Lost Kingdom also created Sharp, as in Napoleonic Wars and all that shit.
Yeah, with what's his name? So
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean, that's the one. So
Bastard.
Yeah, bastard. So we watched
every Northerner, I guaranteed, turned around when London went into Tier 4, turned around and went, bastards.
Yeah. Serves you right, you.
I stood top of the house going, where are those fuckers? Completely naked. So have some of that, you London twat.
But yeah, we got into like watching that, and then was like, oh, we've watched all that now. So what are we going to get into now? And then we started, fuck it, we're going to go into. We watched Breaking Bad. I never watched Breaking Bad before. So we just got into it this year and we binged that to completion. And that was fucking amazing. So I thought, oh shit, what we're going to do now? So the natural thing to do from there was we decided to watch Better Call Saul. And we're currently at the end of season 4. So
I recommend if you're watching that, Sons of Anarchy next, please.
I tried that. Me and my missus tried that. We couldn't get into it.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I got to like season 2 of Sons of Anarchy and just wasn't digging it.
We got about an hour. We watched the first episode. Couldn't get into it. I mean, we missus found the first episode of Breaking Bad like a bit of a slog, but she got through it and got the series got it's hooks into her. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, we'll go for it, and I'm glad I did. Same with Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul's a bit like, I was speaking to Coxie earlier. It's a bit of a slow one. It's a slow burner, but once the momentum starts building, it gets really, really good. So I'm up to that point now where I can't wait to start season 5.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
We don't have Amazon Prime.
You need Amazon Prime because you need to watch Vikings. If you like Lost Kingdom, you'll like Vikings.
Yes, I'm aware of this. I'll look into it because I think my missus does have a 30-day trial actually to use, so perfect way to use it.
Yeah, Vikings is very, 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 very good.
Give it a go.
Yeah. You'll understand. You'll basically message us going, "Oh my god, where's this come from? What is this all about? Who's this person? Why is this person doing that?" It is so good.
So I'm looking forward.
Even Ant agrees, don't you?
Yeah.
Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings is good. Yeah, Vikings is good. Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm thinking Anthony's just like that.
Oh, I was flicking through my Netflix to see what I've just been looking what I've been watching recently.
That's a good shout, actually.
I've just dropped the fucking fire stick remote. So we're fucked now, really. I'm going to be honest with you. It ain't great, lads. It ain't great. Man Down. That's quite good.
Man Down's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Falling Down, to be fair, which is on Netflix.
I thought you were going to say, so falling down, like we're just falling over. It's great. Like it's a new hobby. I was like going to random places and falling over.
I knew there was something that bridged the gap between, because I know for a fact we didn't watch Breaking Bad as soon as we finished Lost Kingdom. There was something in the middle of it. I couldn't fucking remember what it was. Snowpiercer. We watched Snowpiercer.
I've read the book. I've watched the film, but I've not seen the series yet.
The series is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Have you watched the film, though?
Yes.
I haven't watched the film.
So you could do watching the film because that came out in 2012.
Yes.
8, 9, 10, something like that. Hang on. Let's find it.
I know it was a Korean director that did it.
Yeah, it was the guy who directed Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, or whatever he's called. It was like his first major film.
Yeah, I think he did something. It was something to do with Snowpiercer, the series as well that was on Netflix as well. But I recommend
probably
it.
Executive producer. But the actual film's really good.
I'll have to give it a go. But the series is definitely worth a watch. If you've got fuck all else to watch, you can't do much worse than that. To be brutally honest, you can't do worse.
Netflix. Well, Snowpiercer, the TV series on Netflix, but I'm sure it's still on Netflix.
The film's on Amazon Prime.
That's where I've seen it, right?
Yeah, but the series itself is on Netflix, and I recommend it. If you're into your sci-fi sort of post-apocalyptic stuff, it's really good. And there's also the teaser season 2, so it should be. Oh, hello. But yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to season 2 anyway. So,
Think what else have I watched? Just a whole load of like animation, really, series. So like adult animations, like Final Space, Disenchantment.
Disenchantment's really good. Disenchantment's really good.
I like Disenchantment, yeah.
Big Mouth.
It.
You need to watch Big Mouth. It's good. And
Big Mouth's
Space.
good. Have you watched Hoops? I've
started watching it. I can't
That's
really
so funny.
get to it.
I love that.
And of course, because of Bill Burr, F is for Family. Love
F is for
that.
Family is good, yeah.
So good.
I've not really got into it. Watched any animation this year. I know I do quite like a bit of me animation. I'm more into me anime, but I've not really got into it. Yeah, there's tons on Netflix.
Season 4 of Rick and Morty as well this year.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
I need to.
See, I've just been watching proper documentaries. That's all I've been watching. You know, like Formula One, Drive to Survive. That's good.
I know it's good. I've never gotten around to watching it.
The 24-hour war. That's great. I love that.
Oh, that's Le Mans. Yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone watched the film yet?
Ford versus Ferrari, essentially.
Yeah. Was it the 168 or something called?
Something like that. It's when basically the whole actual real story is Ferrari wanted to. Was it Ford wanted to buy Ferrari? Ferrari stuck the middle finger up and went no.
No, Ford wanted to buy Ferrari. Ferrari was about to sign it. Then Fiat made a deal. So they co-owned everything. He turned around to Henry Ford the second, or is it third? I think it's the second. Turned around and says, "You're not your dad. Piss off." So
can't argue with that one.
He turned around and says, "Right, that's really pissed me off." And he goes, "Right, okay, why don't we meet Ferrari at Le Mans?" Says, well, we need someone to build the car because you guys can't be fucking trusted. Went to Shelby. Shelby turned around and went, "Yeah, we'll do it." And then got I can't remember what the driver's called. Yeah, I can't remember what the driver's called. Got this back alley,
essentially
back alley British driver, and built the GT40 as we know, and kicked his ass.
Yeah.
But with the controversy at the end, where all three GT40s passed the line, and the guy who actually was going to win the race, got divvied out and he got put in third place.
Hey. Well, so essentially, the GC40 exists just out of pure spite. So, one of those legendary racing cars of all time is been built out of pure spite. So,
body frame was built in the UK. The engine came from Ford, and Shelby, aka Shelby Cobra, put them together and built it.
Yeah,
because it's the same guys that built Cobra, the original Cobra, which Shelby got hold of and decided that I'm going to stick a massive V8 engine in this.
Yeah, because it was the AC Cobra in the UK. It was actually a British car, and then Shelby went, you know what, we can do something more with this, and took it over to America, and then modified it, which became the Shelby Cobra.
Yeah, but I was saying, Adam, you'll enjoy that. It's a very good film. Very, very good film. Well worth watching. Just for a few scenes in it, it's just absolutely hilarious. Like Shelby and what's his name, the driver, were knocking some bells of shit out of each other in the middle of a suburban area, 1950s US suburban area, and they're just knocking some bells of shit out of each other. So good. The wife comes over because you want a drink now. Have you had enough?
It's like the OG bum fights then.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Anthony, Ant will feel quite at home watching that.
Bum fights. Oh God, I remember watching that as a kid. Jesus Christ!
So
you felt proper. You felt like you're doing something proper illegal, weren't you, when you got hold of that? Back in the day, the wild west of the internet.
Because it's been utter dog shit for films due to COVID this year as well. So it's been so many stuff being put back.
What's mad to me, if anything, is bloody Christopher Nolan releasing Tenet at the cinema. Like a multi-million-dollar picture of I'm going to release it as like summer blockbuster, and it's made back it probably cost him like $200-300 million to make or something, and it so far made back something like $50 million. Because of COVID, and the fact it's I'm going to release it on demand, and of course within 24 hours, it's up on torrent sites and shit, and it's well, that kind of failed.
Yeah. Well, it did when they announced that. They go, right, okay, we'll stick it on Virgin Store or Virgin whatever and Sky thingy, and
Sky Store, yeah.
Instead of paying £5 to watch, one of those rentals that you get, you're paying £14 to watch it. It was
well, that's what it was with the Trolls World Tour, wasn't it? When that came out through the first lockdown, it was it's gonna be £20 on the Sky Store.
Yeah.
But they cornered the market, hadn't they? Because it was you got to watch it, you have to pay this price because there's nowhere else you can watch it.
But if you're savvy enough, you don't pay for it.
Disney did that with the live action Mulan. I'll sit down and watch it. We've got Sky Disney. Got Disney Plus. We'll watch it together. So I collected it, and they wanted £16 to watch the film, and I went, "You can get fucked. I already paid you $8.99 a month to watch Disney Plus. Piss off."
And it's now on regular Disney Plus, isn't it? You just wait 6 months, and it's on the regular Disney Plus.
Bloody hope so.
I think it is.
Because I got slandered like fuck as well, apparently.
I don't know.
Oh,
the thing is, I'm not completely adverse to charging a premium for the newer sort of releases, but not £16. If you're paying a subscription, that should be coming sort of for example, you pay was it roughly £9 for Disney Plus?
Thereabouts. It's about £9.
Yeah, so you pay your £9 for Disney Plus, say, and then they want, say, £16 for you to watch Mulan. Well, if you're willing to say, if you're put your subscription, you can go, right, well, if you've got a subscription, you can pay an extra £4, say, to watch it. Or if you want to watch it without having an account, it's £16. My else just fell off.
Everything's basically.
I wouldn't be adverse to that. I would not be adverse to that because it's you're rewarding your loyal customers by giving them a discount. You're paying the monthly fee anyway. You pay them a little top up to say, I want to get access to this brand new film. So they, you'd go to the cinema to watch it regardless. if you didn't have Disney Plus. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say, you know what, you're arseholes if they said, right, if you got the subscription already, you're paying a subscription, throw us another £4, have access to the movie for a set amount of time, and then that's it. And then, if you want to watch it without the subscription because you can't go to the cinema, sign up to Disney Plus for a free account maybe, and then just charge them straight up £16 to watch it.
Yeah,
that's the way. That's the way I would do it. Not charging people full whack if you're already paying them.
Yeah.
I think that's bang out of order.
I was a bit dubious of getting Disney Plus until I saw what was on it, and I was there going, yeah, I'm going to have to get Disney Plus. Mandalorian for a start. Oh my god!
I was about to say, is it you're going to say Mandalorian? It's like, yeah, just Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
That's what I was originally buying it for. That's what I bought it for.
Well, me and the missus were talking about buying the DVDs for the kids. You know, all like the old Disney films, like, you know, the classics sort of thing. And you go somewhere like HMV or something like that, you're paying through the fucking nose for them because they're Disney.
Yeah.
But then you say, like, well, it's £8 or £9 a month, which is essentially one DVD a month. So for the price of 12 DVD, go on.
You can pay, what is it? It's like £7 a month, or you can pay like £60 a year or something.
Yeah.
It's like a one-off payment for them for the year. And you've got access to like the full catalogue plus Marvel, Simpsons, Star Wars,
National Geographic,
National Geographic, yeah. Like plus all the bloody other stuff that's like WandaVision that's coming and Mandalorian, all the other bloody stuff. Like
it's completely worth it. I think they've got the price points absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on.
It's good.
There's not much guff on there, I would say. There is the odd Disney shitty film on there. It's like, you know, The Little Mermaid 3 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But
no one's gonna watch that. It's all about the original classics.
Exactly. You're gonna watch. You go right. You got a little girl that's into the Disney princesses. It fucking pays for itself essentially. Do you know what I mean? It's worth it. It is absolutely worth it. And I'll tell you something as well. Disney must have been rubbing their fucking hands together early this year because we went into lockdown on March the 23rd. And what day did fucking Disney Plus come out on?
Well, no. So with that, it was supposed to release 3 months after of that date release. They actually pulled it back. So basically, gone, tell you what, make a couple of quid here, put it on early, and
they made a fucking mint.
They made a mint. Hats off to him, and also a lot of people sitting there going, "Thank fuck for that. We've got something else to watch now." Yay!
Well, it's not only that; it keeps your kids entertained. You're in lockdown. It's not just us in lockdown. The kids are in lockdown. They're going to be climbing the fucking walls. There you are. There's Disney Plus.
I know about that.
Yeah, there you go.
So do I.
You know what I mean? It pays for itself. It really does. And I can't wait to get my Game Pass back on Xbox because I get 30 days free. So I need to get that because you get that as a perk for having Game Pass Ultimate, which is what I'll be getting back again because I don't have it at the minute because I had to send my Xbox off and I wasn't paying for a service I didn't have access to. So I'm going to get it on the 1st of January so it aligns up with the rest of my bills. So
best thing ever Microsoft ever brought out in my books.
Well, this is it. I mean, if we go back through the years, I've been one of these gamers that is vehemently against digital content. Absolutely hate it. As a collector, or ex-collector, shall I say now, really, I used to hate the fact that when stuff used to come out digitally. For example, I had a game called Gunstar Heroes on the Mega Drive, and it was worth a fair few quid. I can't remember exactly how much it was. And then it came out on the Xbox Arcade on the 360, and half of its value just like that went.
Yeah. So here's something for Paul to get his head round. So, of course, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, is on there.
Yep.
Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, and the new Final Fantasy, but they're releasing the extra DLCs and that, all free for Game Pass.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I was playing Final Fantasy VIII, and I was on would have been disc 3, when my Xbox decided to shit itself.
So many good games.
So yeah, but it's got that. It's not got the remake of Final Fantasy VII. It's got the HD remaster of the original.
It's HD remaster of the original. Fair enough.
Yeah, but it's a good game. I've got it on the PS4 as well, and it is a good version.
So there's games on there which you said, would I like it? Would I go out and actually buy it? Oh, I'll just try it on here to see what it's like, and then I'll just go, I'll go and buy it.
I mean, and it's even worth more. It's worth better value now than it was even before, because now you get EA Play as part of it as well. If you get the Ultimate Pass, which is $10.99, you get all of the EA Pass stuff as well. So you've got so you can have all your Xbox stuff. You have Gears of War, Halo. There's even Forza 7's on there now.
Yeah, I know.
But you can also get things like FIFA or NFL.
No, don't advertise FIFA. Don't advertise.
NFL. Well, if you're into it, aren't you? All the let me make it better. All the Mass Effect games are on there.
That's better. There you go. Now you sold it to me. Now, well done.
There you go. All the Mass Effect games are on there now. 1, 2, 3. Andromeda's on there.
That is a very good segue, by the way.
Go for it.
New Mass Effect coming out.
Yeah, new Mass Effect confirmed. The remasters confirmed. I am going without food, gentlemen, to get these games because it is my most favourite franchise of all time.
Apart from Andromeda, which sucked ass.
See, Andromeda was good.
Stop you there.
Feel attention soon as someone mentions me. It's my 10 cents, my 2 cents is free. And who sent? Who sent?
What the hell is going on?
Now this looks like a job for me. Feel attention soon as someone mentions me. It's
What the hell is going on?
My 2 cents is free. And who sent? Who sent? You sent for me. Now this looks like a job for me. Feel attention.
What the hell is going on?
Here's my 10 cents, my 2 cents is free. And who sent? Who sent? You sent for
As long
me.
as we review it.
It's a very good song. There we are.
It's a very good song.
What the hell is going on?
You're okay. We can circumnavigate DMCA's there. So, as I was saying, Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda. The only problem with that game is it had Mass Effect attached to it.
Yeah.
If it had anything other than Mass Effect in front of it, it would not have the expectation it would have had. It did. That's the problem. If you could take away the fact it had Mass Effect on the front, change all the races in the game so it didn't have anything to do with Mass Effect universe whatsoever, people would be talking about it being an 80% plus game and it actually being relatively decent and wondering where the sequel was.
Mm.
Instead, because of the disappointment, because of the disappointment that people had because they was expecting an absolute masterpiece of a game.
What's your stepchild doing?
Yeah, your stepchild is doing something. But yeah, because it had the expectation that it carried because of the Mass Effect name, people were really disappointed when it wasn't the game people were expecting it to be, because people have fond memories of, well, the one that people remember most is Mass Effect 2 for the quality of the game.
Yeah.
Whereas Mass Effect 3 is an okay game until you realise it's a bit... Mass Effect 3 is very, very, very sloggy in parts. Very sloggy. And very, 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 very wet fart. I'm going to call it a wet fart of an ending. It is massively a wet fart ending. It really is. It's like, okay, all the actions I've done throughout this whole game, put all the choices for, no, not just one game actually, for Mass Effect 1, all your choices carry through to the end of Mass Effect 3, where you get to the end of the game and all those choices are screwed up into a big ball and thrown in the bin, and you basically have a choice of red, green, or blue.
But at the same time, the only redeeming feature of Mass Effect 3 was the multiplayer. And
Yes.
by the way, there's still service for it now.
Yes, there is. Yes, I was thinking about all the.
We were for N7 days, so there's a group of us that we've been Mass Effect from the start, and we all decided, you know what, N7 day, we're doing our usual. Yep, jumped on. We was like, wow, we're jumping into games straight away. There's no waiting, straight away. Whereas Halo 5, which is an Xbox One release, have closed down 3/4 of the servers.
I mean, Mass Effect 3, go on, mate, go on.
On that note, good, there's this new Mass Effect game. Have to be. Because like you said, and I take your point that Andromeda would have been a good game if it didn't have Mass Effect attached to it. I take that point. But the fact that it did. And in a lot of people's opinions now, they've got a lot of making up to do. That's where they're at now. They've got a lot of making up to do. This game has got to be good. This game has got to be next level to make up for the shite. I think it was a bad game because it was a Mass Effect game, and I expected a lot more from.
Absolutely.
But I do agree with you to some extent that if it didn't have Mass Effect attached to it, it could have. Do you think it would have been better if they called it Andromeda a Mass Effect story, like what Star Wars have done?
No, because it's still associated with the Mass Effect game. It's still associated with the Mass Effect universe. In a way, it is a spin-off. It's a spin-off game. But you expect it because it's come from the main company that made the same games, BioWare, who made that game. It's the same firm that did it. You expected the same quality of game. It came out, it was buggy as fuck, and the characters were not engaging. They were forgettable, and
No.
That's the problem.
With Andromeda, you had a few characters which were like, yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Krogan, brilliant. And was it? I can't remember what he's called now. And one of your human blokes. Storyline. I wouldn't say storyline for him, but the missions you do for them, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But that was the only redeeming feature of the game, was because certain bits, nothing else. It was visually stunning until you saw the characters, but But yeah, I think Anthony's right with that one, calling it Andromeda a Mass Effect story, because you've not got Mass Effect, which everyone's following. Now, Mass Effect 4, apparently, rumour has it, it's based after everything from what's going on. And if you've ever seen the trailer, there's a bit in it where you see Asari's face. Everyone thinks that's Liara. Are they going to be able to pull that one back? I was saying, like, we found a way to get Shepard out of this translucent shit that's happened, or whatever. I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, the actual canon is that Shepard's dead. So I don't know if it's going to be another N7 that's in there, or you're going to play as maybe...
You can't have that. They would not have put that N7 there unless they were going to bring Shepard back. They wouldn't have done it, because now that's all that's in people's heads now is Shepard is coming back, and anything less than that is going to be fucking disappointing again.
There is a way of doing it though, because what you think about it,
you've got to.
Well, there's a way of doing it. Cerberus brought him back, so may as well.
Not even Mass Effect 2. Not even Mass Effect 2, because Mass Effect 2 they rebuilt him. But if you play one of the DLCs for Mass Effect 3, which is Citadel, one of the main antagonists, the main antagonist of that whole DLC is a clone of yourself. So...
Could follow that route.
Follow that route, because apparently Cerberus could have done multiple different versions of Shepard. And one of the missions could be at the beginning of the game, because you don't have to play the first mission. Maybe you could be as Liara, or if you're carrying save files over, which I don't know how possible that could be, maybe the love interest of that save file could be you could play as them. Maybe doing something about getting to them, and then you play on from Shepard from that point. Maybe, I don't know, but
the question is, are we going to see Tali?
Yes, if she's alive.
Out of her suit. No head or anything. No helmet.
If you go into her planet, then yeah, probably. But it would be good. But what I don't know with this is there are lots of questions on that. But there's one thing I know for certain is this: Krogans, yes. This game is massively important to BioWare. If this game shits the bed, they're out of business. It's as simple as that.
And on that note, Cyberpunk.
EA will hold them. I've not played this game, and all I'm going to say is it serves the fan base right. That is all I'm going to say.
The issue is with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has always been a PC game, always. Even the original 2, always PC games, right? So they're developing for a PC. Okay, right? Fair enough. The Xbox One, Series S and X can handle it. The PS5 can handle it. It's the base consoles, the Xbox One and PS4, that can't handle it. That's why it's so shit.
Taking it off the Sony, Sony are taking it off the PlayStation Store. Microsoft taking it off the Xbox Store. How could it get more disastrous? I mean, how could it get worse?
Oh no, it gets better, Ant. For the simple fact that people were complaining that they got a refund, and then it's like, well, hold on, you should get to keep the game as well. And it's like,
no.
Well, no, you put in for a refund. You're not keeping the game as well. No. And they're like, well, we should do. But then I think it was Project Red or whatever, if it actually come out and said, yes, we're sorry, we spent more time on the next gen version to cover the previous gen version, hence why the graphics are so fucky on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah. But here's the thing as well, like Alan was saying, it's been produced for the PC exclusively. It was like, and the consoles were afterthought. That's not the case at all. I don't think that is the case at all. Because basically then you're alienating a massive part of your market, and you're going to lose that sale. You're going to lose them. It's as simple as that, and it's not in CD Projekt Red's best interest to alienate that console market.
Well, you got to think many other PC games, all right? Oh, what's going on here?
Coxie's moving.
Oh, okay. All right, so any other PC games, so say like Eve, or I'm thinking something else along those lines. There's a few others I can't think of the top of my head. Are all PC-based games, and they have a massive following. That's why people buy. That's why people buy PCs to play those sort of games.
Well, I get that, Alan. I get that, but the thing is, what I'm trying to get at is, if it was basically, so you're saying to me that it was developed for the PC, and they gone right. Well, we're going to port it onto the consoles. I get that, but the problem with that motion and that train of thought is they released the PC version at exactly the same time as the PS5 version, the Xbox Series version, Xbox One version, PS4 version. They all got released at the same time.
Yeah. What they should have done is do what Wargaming and IGN are doing. So Wargaming do War Tanks, War Warships, War Planes. IGN does War Thunder. So they have a massive clientele on the PC, and they've got a lot of people calling out, "Oh, can we not get this on the consoles?" It should be easy to transfer over. It took 3.5 years to write out a decent coding system for War Tanks to go on. Do you know how long it took for War Warships to go onto consoles? It took them over 8.5 years. 8.5 years, because they wanted it so you can play it properly. There are not going to be any bugs, there are not going to be any issues. They've only just released crossplay to PlayStation and Xbox. The War Warships only just released it, and now that's been released now for over 2 years. Because what they're doing is they're sticking to it. Right, here's the PC version. Enjoy, guys. Oh, what about those Xboxes? Right, we're in development. Don't worry, we're going to go and do this. It'll be fine. Just let us get on with it first. And that's what they should have done. Instead, they've gone, oh, we could do all console. We could do all platforms. It'll be great. Yeah. And they've gone, right, PC version's done. No issues with that whatsoever. Brilliant. Right, let's do this. Oh, guys, we've only got 8 months for until it's released, until we say it's going to be released. Shit. So they've basically gone, panicked, and off they went.
Right, here's what they should have done.
I think they knew what they were doing from minute one. I'm sorry, you don't have the build-up that they gave themselves. You don't bring a celebrity like Keanu Reeves into the mix and bring him out live on stage to advertise your game. They knew what they were doing from minute one. They knew it wasn't going to work as well, because they kept putting it back and putting it back and putting it back
Which is what they should have done again.
And it got to the point where they couldn't afford to put it back anymore, so they released it, and look what's happened. They knew what was going to happen. They knew it. They knew it. And it's completely their own fucking fault. Don't bring that fanfare, yeah? Don't bring that fanfare when you're announcing a game. Don't bring the fanfare when you don't bring a celebrity and an actor on the scale of Keanu Reeves into your game, right? Bring him out on stage, yeah? Get all that builder, get all that hype. When you know it's going to turn out like it did. They knew it was going to turn out. We all did.
I just realised there's like the raise and lower hand thing. I was like, oh, this could prove useful. I'm going to say this also harkens back to a certain wrestling game, which was called WWE 2K20, which came out and was buggy to fuck. And then they pretty much patched it and was like, yeah, we're sorry about that. And in the process, pretty much made it worse. And then they went, oh, well, we've taken your feedback on board. We're going to delay. We're not going to do 2K21. We're going to do 2K22 instead, so we can work on everything that we've done. Instead, here, have Battleground, which is still buggy as fuck.
Yeah, it happens. You got people like Call of Duty who says, "Oh, we're releasing pretty much a game every year," and the first release it's like, "Oh, dire," and then it gets better, and then it goes, "Right, we're going to tie in like a Warzone to it, and we're going to tie Cold War into it and all this stuff," and it's come out absolutely like dog shit. So they've took it back and go, right, we'll redo it again. That's what we'll do. Same as Battlefield, they did the same thing, but they have like usually about a 4-year period till they release a new game. The latest Battlefield 5, right? So that apparently had a lifespan of over 4 years. After the second year, they turned around and went, we're done with it. We're going to concentrate on this. Because it was that bad, and they just don't seem to follow up on what they say. That's all game companies do it now. The developers, they say, "Oh yeah, right, we've got a plan. We'll release DLCs throughout the next 4 years. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. We're going to have the other." And they've gone, right, mass dump. There we go. See you later, guys. We're done. We're going to move on to the next one.
Not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. I don't want to be the argumentative git of the pop group at the minute, but
yes, you do. Don't lie.
Yes, I do at the minute. You know what? Fuck it, yeah, I do. There is a company out there that's been constantly developing a game since 2015, and that is Hello Games, and they've been developing No Man's Sky constantly since its release, and they've completely transformed that game. It was a buggy, shitty mess when it came out. Massive disappointment. Did not deliver on any of its promises whatsoever. But now, it's exactly what they promised it was going to be. Yes, it took them years to get there, but they could have took people's money and gone, do you know what, fuck you, we've made our money, let's go. Instead, they stuck with the product. They've not released any other games since that game got released, and constantly worked on that game, and every single DLC for that game has been absolutely free. They have fixed that game to the point where they go, right, we promised you these things, here they are, and here's some extras for being loyal to us. And
because basically they released a shit game. They released an absolute shit game.
Yes,
so they turn around and says, this is what we're going to release. And they go into it, no, you haven't. It's nothing there. Everything you promised doesn't happen, as it hasn't happened. So they've gone, right, we'll take it back, we'll sort it out, we'll get everything. Right, what can we do? Shit. What we're going to do, what we're going to do. Right, okay, let's bung this out. Where we go. All right, it's partially fixed. It's still workable, fair enough. Right, everything we do from now on is all free. Because we're going to charge you. They're going to absolutely charge you for everything. Yeah. And then turn around and goes, we fucked up. Sorry, guys, here's a free shit.
Yeah, but what by rights as well. By rights as well, though, they could have just... By rights, so they could have quite easily just gone, well, do you know what? Thank you, fuck you, bye. They could have done absolutely nothing. They could have took all them people's money and just gone, do you know what? Sod yous. We'll just go. We'll develop something else. But they didn't. They went and carried on with this game. And they carried on with it. This is what I feel like is what they're going to do with Cyberpunk as well. To bring it back to Cyberpunk.
They don't have much of a choice.
You don't have a choice, no, because there's that much fanfare. There wasn't as much fanfare for No Man's Sky when it came out. Yes, there was some expectation for it, but there wasn't anything like there was for Cyberpunk. Now, there's a couple of things they could have done here, and one of them was delay it again. Develop it, but it would cost them money to do it.
They're their own worst enemy. They've been their own worst enemy. Like I said, with that fanfare, they set that release date. They knew it wasn't going to be. Yeah, regardless of. Again, I don't for a minute know how the process works with games and release dates and God knows what else. But surely you must have some idea when your game is going to be. I'm not going to say ready. I'm going to use the words fit for release.
Yes, agreed.
Because I do not think for 1 minute that the people actually developing the game, making the game, gave the people marketing the game that deadline.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the people actually put the fucking hours in behind it. I think marketing has completely taken over this, and in the end, it's the people developing it and making it who have been shagged on.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel really, really awful for them. The marketing department knew what was going on. Knew what was going on. They knew. Mm-hmm. Let's not sugarcoat it anymore. And now that department has taken time out of the developers and making it to sort of save this, save their jobs. Firstly, save the company. Secondly, save their have some fans at least by the end of this, because as each week and each day passes, well, these glitches and these problems are still ongoing. They're losing fans. Sony and Microsoft are taking it off the actual store. It's not there. People have to go out and get it. And because of the fucking C word and the global bastard, you simply cannot go out and buy things now. They've got to do something. They've got to do something.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you go back and think about 2013, maybe 2014, there was a game that came out on both consoles, both PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, and that was Metal Gear Solid 5. That came out on both generations of console, and the way they did it was they developed from the ground up. And what I mean by that is they developed for the PS3 and they developed for the Xbox 360. Realised what was coming out and going, right, well, what we'll do, we will release it, the same engine, working on the lower spec console, and what we will do is we'll upgrade it for the next gen, i.e. textures and things like that.
Almost like a remaster.
Exactly. And that is what Cyberpunk should have done. They should have gone, right, fuck PS5 and fuck Xbox Series, whatever. We will develop and make it bulletproof for PS4 and Xbox One. Make it backwards compatible from the day one. So your PS4 version will work in your PS5. Yeah. Later down the road, when we have developed to a point where we are happy to release a PS5 version, either give a free upgrade to people who have bought it on the original console, like PS4 will get a free upgrade to a PS5 digitally, or release a physical version for the PS5 and include a couple of bonuses, like a free DLC. Yep. That is the way I would have done it, rather than rushing out this Xbox Series version, rushing out this PS5 version, completely disregarding the lower specs. Bearing in mind it would have been easier to develop a lower spec game because they've already got a game on the lower spec consoles in Witcher 3.
Yeah.
All they would have had to have done is tweak the engine from that game, upgrade it, and Bob's your uncle, you're away. And then all you got to do is, right, well, this is out. Now we have time to develop the PS5 and the Xbox Series. Boom, you're away. Yeah, there's no pressure. There is no pressure then to get this game out on the next-gen consoles. You could release it in a year's time on the next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
That is the way I would do it. And if you make it backwards compatible, like most of the PS4 and Xbox One games are, You can still play it on your new console.
See, what really annoyed me more was, of that sort of caliber, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It released it on the 360, and we released it on the Xbox One, and it was, apart from everything's a bit more smoother on high-end consoles, there was no difference whatsoever in everything else.
It was very similar to Xbox to Metal Gear, because the problem, like I say, it sounds like to me they upgraded the frame rate, they upgraded the textures. The gameplay was essentially the same.
Yeah.
You know,
it's really annoying.
Yeah, it's easy done. I don't understand why.
I'm reading up of Cyberpunk and everything, and
yeah,
they really have shot themselves in the foot big time. Looking at the forums, a lot of people have kicked off like crazy.
Yeah, they've done it They've done it arse face backwards, basically, because what they should have done, they developed for the PS5 and worked backwards. When they shouldn't have done, they should have developed for the PS4 and worked forwards. If you get what I mean. They should have developed for the small. It'd have been quicker as well. The game probably would have been released by now. Yeah. Like 5-6 months.
Well, it's aren't Rockstar or whatever doing that with GTA 5? They're doing like a PS5 version, but it's coming included with extra.
That game's
like
been
next gen content. Oh, it's been milked up since GTA 3, since it was on PS3.
Oh, sorry, sorry, I'm getting...
In terms of... But they're pushing the online thing, even though like they're now saying, like, there's definitely still a future in the single-player content. But
what for Grand Theft Auto 4?
No, for number 5.
Oh, right, I'm with you.
But in terms of... Because they've been pushing the online thing a lot recently, they've done the new free DLC.
The new island. Yeah.
But then they're saying, like, when the PS5 when the PS5 variant releases next year, it's going to have bonus content you won't be able to get on the PS4.
What, Grand Theft Auto 4? They're going to release a PS5 version?
No, GTA 5, they're going to release a PS5
GTA 5 is coming out on the PS5 next year. They're doing a PS5 version that's going to have bonus content you're not going to be able to get on the PS4.
See, that's fine. I'm fine with that, but that sounds like to me that what I just said about what they should have done with Cyberpunk. They've developed it for the lower gen consoles, released it on there, and then they've upgraded it for the newer consoles and given a little bit of an incentive so you want to go out and get the newer version.
Well, yeah, but like in terms of GTA though, like there's no, aside from the you can pay however much for the currency in it or whatever.
Oh,
the in-game currency in that.
The shark cards, or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, shark cards and that. But in terms of the actual online DLC, they've released like fuck tons for free.
Yeah.
Simply because how much people have spent on the game or like over since it was released or whatever. So
yeah, because everything costs a fucking fortune in that game, and you have to pump real life money to like get a half decent sized house or something like that. They're not stupid.
It was the amount of stuff that they've released over the years. It's like, does it really need this? Can you not just go, right, that's it, guys, stop now, please. Try some, just put all time and effort into the new game.
It's like, you've done the heist. Oh, wait, I need a truck which you can like use as your weapon base, or whatever. Oh, well, now you need a massive submarine, and now you need this, and now you need bloody nightclubs and.
But if people are still buying it, why should they?
Why shouldn't they? I mean,
they're making money off it. It's still earning them God knows how much. Why would they bother making a new game and shutting that one down?
It's like saying
they don't have to.
It's like Walker's saying, going to Walker's and going, why do you keep making cheese and onion crisps?
Yeah.
You make money off it because people buy them. They're going to go to milk it as long as people keep chucking money at it.
Well, a lot of people nowadays, like from what I've read and stuff, are saying like they're a bit fed up with the map and stuff. So then it's like they brought out this bloody island heist thing, which now it turns out you can only access the island whilst you're doing the missions, and even then you've got to like get a boat out to your submarine to be able to travel to this island, and all this bullshit. And it's like, well, yeah, fair enough, it's free, like it's free content, it's a free mission and stuff. But even still, people are like, well, I want something like a bit more they want like a new city or something you can travel to, or
that's when they release a new game, isn't it?
Well, the fan following for GTA 5 is ridiculously big. Look at that big, massive thing they did with MIB versus Aliens and all that shit. Oh, what? Look it up. Was it Green versus Grey Aliens and the MIB with the neutrals, and it just spread everywhere. And Rockstar was just lapping it up and goes, right, we'll do special events for these guys, and it brought a new life into the game, and then that's petered out, and we've gone, right, what else can we do? Let's stick a fresh new island in there that no one wanted. And they're just spanking the dead monkey in my case. They really are.
What you also have to remember as well, obviously people keep saying, why do they keep milking this machine of like Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5, whatever the fuck we're up to. 5, isn't it? Yeah. And it's like, well, what other Grand Theft Auto type games are there that it allows you to go online and live like a sort of like a pseudo digital life for yourself, where you can go buy houses and cars and do all these things like that. And there isn't anything on the market that's like that. And until we get any competition that makes them go, right, we need to think about what we're doing, we're not going to get multiple Grand Theft Auto games like we did in the early 2000s. And the reason why we got loads of games like that in the early 2000s, like Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, all on the same console, might I add.
Yeah.
All as separate releases was because we had games like The Getaway and other copycat games.
Oh.
And other copycat games
True
like
Crime,
Grand Theft
there
Auto.
was Saints Row, I believe.
Saints
as well.
Row. Yeah, but Saints Row went down an epic route, and I'm so glad
Saints Row had done their own thing.
They went crazy.
It's to the
Saints
point where
Row smoked some pot in between 2 and 3.
Saints Row did Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
So
Saints Row went so far off the rails that they didn't even become competition to GTA anymore because they weren't competing, because they ended up being completely different games.
Yeah.
In the end, this is why we've not had a new GTA game in this generation of games consoles, because there's nothing out there to compete with it other than itself. The only thing that came up with an online sort of thing, where multiplayer thing, where you went off and did your own sandboxy type of things, was fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. And that was the same developer.
Red Dead 2 was a good game, though. Very good game.
So it's like...
They nailed it with that. Oh, I cried. At the end, I cried. There was a lot of tears.
Someone needs to come along and develop a game that is a serious competitor to GTA, and if we don't, it's just going to be like, right, well, why do we need to release another game when we're just... If people want to have their sandboxy sort of game like GTA fix, they're going to go to the latest GTA, and it doesn't matter when they release it. They're going to go to it, either if it's a new game or a 10-year-old game. They're going to go to it.
It's absolutely annoying.
So, I mean, GTA, the latest GTA, I find it funny to call it the latest GTA, that actually came out like on PS3 and Xbox 360, is getting very close to being 10 years old. So, the actual game itself is very close, and they're still milking it. Because there is no competition. And like I say, if anyone that says Saints Row, then you're wrong, because it's a completely different type of game now.
Yeah.
You could argue the first one, you could maybe even just about argue the second one, but it went absolutely batshit crazy after number 3. So, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's video games. I'll tell you something. Tell you something else that I sort of got into in 2020, and I've been, like I say, it was something I saw you guys talking about for a long time. I thought, I need to get in on this now. I need to have a look at it and see if I can follow it. And that's NFL.
Yay!
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to get into it. I'm going to look into it. And I did the thing that I did for cricket and other games that I sort of wanted to learn the rules of. I bought the fucking game and played it. and learnt the rules, and I thought, right, well, I need to pick a team now. So I did that.
Bears.
I chose the Bears because my son loves bears. You know, the reason I got into podcasting was made by a guy who lives in Chicago. So I thought, fuck it. It's the only affiliation I had to any American city, so I thought, what better? So I thought, well, we'll go with that. So that's why I followed the Chicago Bears, and it's been fucking painful. It's been
the
great.
States, right? If you start watching NFL, you're not allowed to support certain teams because it's the rule. You're just not allowed to because the fan base is.
Oh, I wonder where this is fucking going.
Eagles. No one likes their fan base. The fan base is dire, and it's like football. Oh, I like football. I know I'll support United or City, but Anthony's always supported City, so we'll let him off.
I supported City since I was like 8 years old. I watched Jimmy Grimble. I insist you all watch that film because I supported City when they were shit because they were shit.
Exactly. So it's just one of those. You just don't support the so-called best teams because there's no need to. So I'm a 49ers fan. So we're currently stuck at the moment because we're just covered in injuries, left, right, and fucking centre, and our quarterback is just dire. No one wants him. We don't want him now. So it's just one of those.
We'll
things.
have him.
You want to go for it. You have, Jimmy.
I'll be really honest with you though. You weren't that far away from winning the Super Bowl this year. Last one. So
last one. We're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we fucked it up. So yeah. So it's just one of those things.
Say my team, the Bears, we're in a bit of a weird one now because I wanted them to tank for the rest of the season, so we got a half decent fucking draft pick, draft position. But now it's like we've actually got an outside chance of making the playoffs again. It's like, what do
Cam
I do?
Newton's just like, here, hold my beer, guys. Watch this. Here we go. I'm like, Cam, we're the ones in white. What are you doing, pal? Oh,
He looked all right at the beginning of the season, did Cam Newton, to be fair.
I looked all right 5 years ago when I had fucking hair. Don't mean I'm any good now, does it? Hell. Life changes. Shit happens. Sorry, I didn't realise I was going to be that passionate about that then. Oh,
well.
I should have to go over it in therapy at some point.
Well, at least Bunkle's doing all right, and Matt's doing okay with their teams, so I think they're playoff bound, aren't they? So
Steelers are 1 trillion playoff bound. I think they're seeded number 1 at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah. The Saints are. I think the Saints have confirmed at least a wild card, haven't they? So
yeah, at least the minimum. But it's just one of those things. Obviously, the 49ers, we blew it last game. We blew it. We blew our chances. So we're nowhere near it. But I can see it either being Saints Steelers or Steelers Chiefs. Them are 2. I'll guarantee.
Yeah. I'll just be happy. I'll just be happy if we get a post-game season match, if I'm brutally honest.
Yeah. But let's talk about the worst team of the league, the Jets. They won a game.
They did.
Oh my God, that was a belter of a game. It was one of the best games of the season in my book.
It fucked my acca over.
I can't believe. So my Sunday ritual is I'll put the youngest to bed. I'll sit down. All right, I've missed about an hour of football because he goes to bed at 7 o'clock. I'll turn the Xbox on. I'll turn my laptop on. I'll have NFL Red Zone on the laptop. I'll be on the Xbox. And I'll be like watching it like that. I spent more time watching Red Zone this Sunday just gone than playing the Xbox because I was just fascinated how the Jets were winning and where the hell this winning streak came from because it was like, what's going on here? So I started messaging everyone and they were like, right, oh yeah, it was like, Paul starts winning. My hacker's fucked. Cheers for that, bastard.
I couldn't complain too much. I mean, like I've been watching, like I say, the Bears have scored actually more than 20 points in 3 games straight now, which was fucking a miracle earlier in the season. You know, it's decent defense, but couldn't fucking score points if we tried. sort of thing. So, but yeah, it was. I'm not going to pretend I'm a massive expert on NFL, but I can see a decent team. I'd like to think anyway.
Yeah.
And I think the Bears have got the core of a decent team. It's just the offense needs work.
It's just the same situation. That's why I like the NFL so much, because you can never, ever, ever predict the season, ever. Because by the time you do player swaps, or you do transfers, or you're bringing someone up from the draft, if you know what sure the draft is basically when you get upcoming players who have been draft picked and they get a certain number. Lower number you are, the better you are. But at the same time, lower number you are, which is you've got more chance to go into a worse team, which technically become a better team. You can on the transfer. So you wish. So say Juju from Steelers wants to leave the Steelers, so you can approach the team and go, right, so we'll swap you our second draft pick with our 33rd draft pick or whatever for that player, or we'll swap you our top of my head defense player for this and that, and to equate to get Juju to come join you. It's a complicated system, but it does work out, and you can just never predict what's going to be the next team. Unlike you and Pats, who cheats and somehow wins on the props.
I can see the rage building.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, the Chiefs seem to be on a winning streak. Every game they go, at the moment it seems like gold. Steelers out of the blue. They've changed certain players over. They don't have key players because they're arrogant bastards, and seem to be doing a hell of a lot better. And they've come out from nowhere. Last season, they were doing absolutely dire. They weren't playing any games or anything like that. So wait.
Ant wants to speak.
I didn't want to change the tone because I support the lovely New England Patriots. I am a Boston boy through and through. I support all the Boston teams. So New England Patriots, Boston Bruins, ice hockey, Boston Red Sox for ye olde baseball, and the Boston Celtics for ye olde basketball. I have been spoilt for most of the years of my life supporting the Patriots with the treacherous fucking Tom Brady, the lovely Tom Brady. Fucking cunt. Sorry. So I've been spoilt. I've only ever really known him as the quarterback. And all of a sudden, a few months ago, that changed. And it's just been so hard. It's just
welcome to playing NFL.
He can't fucking throw a ball. I mean, I know how hard it is. It's not like I've not played the game. I used to play. Shout out to Charlie Buccaneers years ago. I still have my receiving gloves upstairs. It's amazing.
That go with your receding hairline?
Wow. 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 Okay. Well, I don't have a hairline anymore. It's literally all gone. It's like a fucking ski slope, really, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, Torval and Dean could have a fucking go on that bad boy. Look at that. Get a bit of Bolero, boys. Come on, off we go. Thing is, what's wrong with my look now is I look like every bad guy out of every film ever, which is awful when you're trying to teach and when you're just meeting kids for the first time, when you look like Lex fucking Luthor.
I like the skinny
You killed Superman, you bastard!
I like the skinny version of Phil Mitchell.
A skinny version of Phil Mitchell. I love that. Great.
God fucking helps you with one of them watches bottom.
This goes in like Ant's list of like names that he's not. So when he starts back in September next year, you'll be like, right, people I am not. First of all, Lex Luthor. Phil Mitchell.
I'm not
Eddie Hitler.
Richie.
Oh, fucking hell.
The gas man. The gas man.
I'll tell you what, if you don't buy a brown suit, right, and dress up for Halloween, there's something wrong with you.
Edward.
Gotta do it.
Elizabeth. Hitler.
Seeing as Alan's got the longest hair here, he can be Richie.
Great, I'm really looking forward to being fucking beaten up. Yeah. Really looking forward to that one. Well, what I was going to segue into something else, because what I used to do in sixth form was I used to buy the Sun a lot. Cough.
Oh God.
But what I would do was I would take out the Dear Deirdre section of this, and I would stick said Dear Deirdre section up on the notice board in the common room. And I used to look at this Dear Deirdre column and I think, what would it be like if I was to reply and help people with these problems? And I'm sure that's what the public are thinking as well. So, what Dear Deirdre's done, she's gone digital as our Deirdre. She's gone digital. And so, for example, should I let my son see his abusive cocaine using dad on Christmas Day? No. So that's that one. Hang on. They're all quite depressing, really, actually.
I have no friends. How do I meet someone in COVID society?
Our house is like a bomb site unless I do all the cleaning and tidying. Well, if you're doing all the cleaning and tidying, it shouldn't be a fucking bomb site. Problem solved again. Yeah. This is good one. My partner is refusing to move in with me and our kids for Christmas.
What?
She's probably shagged his brother, so it's her own fault. That's next, right? Next one. Oh my God. I mean, my wife had one night stands before we met and one since we tied the knot. Just leave her, pal. Don't know what you're doing there. You're just getting attention now. He's just doing it for attention. No. So shit out. It's your own fault now. If you stay with it, it's your own fault. God, she's getting away with fucking murder here. My ex-lover's baby looks just like me, but she insists he's her husband's.
Was that even English?
I don't know. It's the son. It could be in some form of.
Oh, good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. Oh, that was quite depressing. I do urge people to go and look at these because some of these are fantastic.
I can attest to this.
I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah, I can attest to this. I used to work in a newsagent, and you got to read all the newspapers, obviously, because it'd be quiet. You grab a newspaper, you'd read it, and put it back. And yeah, it was fun.
This one just isn't a headline. I accidentally came across my dad's plans to remarry, and it's news to me. Like, of course, it was fucking. It's not like he's got blueprints and like a room dedicated to his evil scheme to remarry. It's like you see Tinder at one end, plenty of fish on the other, and all meet in the middle, and just says women in the middle of this bit.
You never know.
That's true.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know, some people that desperate where they have to have a fucking flowchart.
This is why I'm dumping you. Here's this line, here's this line. You're
Fucking
not
PowerPoint.
anywhere in it. PowerPoint why I'm dumping you.
Oh, this one's brilliant. You'll love this, fellas. My wife is uninterested and talks about doing the shopping while we're having sex. Write her a list beforehand. Solves that problem. All write the list while you're doing it.
Yeah, multitasking.
Yeah, come on.
You're saving time.
Saving time. Oh, that's quite depressing. I guess somebody just get rid of the depressing ones because they're the ones that are probably true. So just ignore them. Just ignore them. I'm starting to fancy a guy at work, but he's not my type at all. Or you fancy him or you don't. Fucking sort your life out, love. My mum will ruin Christmas as she makes me feel like a horrible daughter. Don't invite her.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
My wife doesn't want kids anymore, and I worry this will end our marriage. If anything, it might improve it, probably.
This should be a weekly segment. Just him coming out. Right, dear time, boys. I'm just going to read this out.
My girlfriend broke up with me, but now wants to be friends. Don't be friends with her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. Cow.
This is it.
Don't even know, but I've called her a cow. My partner would rather sit in front of the TV than come to bed with me. Fair enough. Lots of better interesting things on the telly than you boring bastard. Right.
Wow.
I broke up with my partner, but miss her like mad. Get back with her then. Stop whining. This one's good. My husband texted me about a Christmas tree and added he wanted a divorce. Like, how was that in one text? That's brilliant. Well done him. Sneaking that.
Here you are. I have found a 8-foot tree. Is it any good? Will you get it in your front room? By the way, I want a divorce.
Outstanding.
He's done well there. We can't really. Let's just praise the man there for sneaking that in while getting a Christmas tree.
Well, wait there though. It might just be pure economics because he might be on his last 12p of credit, so he might have to squeeze it in.
Go on.
God. No, that's boring. Oh, that's quite depressing.
And the divorce one wasn't.
No, but that was funny because he's offering her a Christmas tree and a divorce. Like, you know, maybe put it in a cracker. Put divorce papers in a cracker. Do that. That's a good one. Just don't let the kids do that.
Sounds like a fucking episode of EastEnders on a Christmas special.
Don't. Please tell me he sent a gift pack saying that of the outro for EastEnders.
I will leave my husband unless he gives me another child.
Wow.
Speak to Angelina Jolie about that one. Oh, Madonna, they're good at that.
No.
I can't cope with my macho man being a cross-dresser.
Oh dear.
Oh well. We'll stop letting him. Oh my God, I want my dad in my life again, but I can't accept him marrying my cousin. Any issues with that one? No? Right, great.
You're perfectly fine.
No, that's depressing. Oh, that's really depressing. I'm totally in love with a TV star and can't shift it. So yeah. Oh, hang on. This one's getting funny. This one. I've clicked on it and I'm reading the full. There are full articles, by the way. It's not just a headline. Click on the old article. I'm dreading my mean mother-in-law coming for Christmas. Lock her in a room. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
No, I'm enjoying this.
Are you really?
Go on then. Come on, chop, get a bit.
Where's the other one gone?
His internet's playing up.
Oh my God.
A hamster outside and carry on spinning the wheel.
Oh, that's it. Some of them are actually upsetting. I think my fella is cheating with a man and using me to pretend to be straight.
What?
Exactly. Some of these are just so mental they have to be true. Diddly. We might need to edit these these blank bits and just make it look like I'm just rattling them off. I can't even look at my wife after she had sex with her. See, lots of these are like, they had an affair. What do I do? Leave him. Just leave him. It's not rocket science, guys. I mean, you shouldn't be right taking up Deirdre's time with this. God, woman's probably had a life. She's probably wasted a good 10 years of her life solving out the most obvious issues. Oh,
that image of her literally sticking on daytime TV, there her dressing gown, pink fluffy slippers, feet up, coffee in one hand, slice of toast in the other, reading these and going, idiot, moron, still Savio, right, you back. Oh, what the fuck is that? Dear Deirdre, I've stuck my cock in an elephant, I don't know how to get it out, and stuff like that. Guarantees you get them all.
Well, speaking of elephants, 2020 was pretty much summed up for me when I saw the video of a vet who had to like, give an elephant like a bloody enema or something. Yeah, literally like a fucking typhoon to the face.
Oh,
Like,
have you not seen the edited version? It's got Sam Garfunkel's Hello Darkness, My Old Friend song, I can't remember what it's called. And it's
Sound of
basically
Silence.
Sound of Silence anyway, and it's got, as it plays along, it gets to the point where it just shoots out and you can see her face literally realise what's about to happen. It's goes, hello darkness, my old friend. And it was just like, whoever did the edit, well done, genius. Hey, Paul's dead. Is Paul dead?
it was
Paul
like
dead.
he had problems, like internet problems, but like, he was on and then
It's
he
like
just
he had
went off.
problems. He just Paul's had problems and he's not with us anymore.
Oh,
So
yeah.
back in.
Any gigs worth looking up for the next couple of years? I'm filling here.
No, we're all going to be
I'm-
locked up in here for the rest of our known natural
Well,
lives.
the problem is I've got one book for next year, which is Rammstein in Coventry, if it goes ahead. In fact, I've got two. I've got Rammstein and Last Morissette.
Alanis
And then
Morris.
I'm meant to have Ozzy Osbourne in 2022, which has already been put back like 3 times.
Oh my
As
god.
if he's alive by then.
Yeah.
Plus, he's fucking immortal.
What was it? It's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, hasn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, it's some form of Parkinson's he's got, but he's trying to get it treated. Like he's been going to some specialist clinic in Switzerland to get it treated or something.
Family's cursed. Jack Osbourne's got MS.
Yeah.
All things to be diagnosed with MS. That's degenerative. Unless Ozzy Osbourne's got it, but the alcohol and drugs covered it up really, really well. It kind of like became a cure.
It wouldn't surprise me, Ozzy Osbourne, to be fair. Like,
The same as Lemmy. Everyone thought he was going to be immortal, and then he passed his top 40 club, didn't he? So, yeah, the last couple of weeks been fucking die for celebrities dying, haven't they?
so
Dave Prowse.
I've got a WhatsApp group I'm part of called Celebrity Brown Bread,
I've got to hear this.
and literally my mate set it up because I'm going to sound like a right bastard for doing this now, but me and my mate used to have like this game where we'd sort of, it'd be a case of who could find out about celebrity death first and who'd report it, and we started giving ourselves points
That's a
for
great idea.
like a year, and then my mate decided to set up this little group on WhatsApp called Celebrity Brown Bread. So there's like recently there was where was it? So 15th of November, Des O'Connor crooned his last ... And then my mate chimed in with Brad O'Connor, shame, poor fucker. And then someone else chimed in with, I thought he died years ago, Mandela effect. Barbara Winter's bra has snapped its last elastic. Carry on toasting. John Lewis Cat Curry or whatever it is, Tinker Tailor Toasted Soldier. Boba Fett's gone back to Cloud City in the sky. Jeremy Bullock Bounty Toaster.
This group's amazing.
But it was, yeah, we actually came up with like a whole like a point system at one point, which was, I've actually still got it here somewhere, which was, where are you? There we go. So it's a major icon, 500 points. A B-list celebrities, 300 points. A Z-list celebrities, 100 points. But then you get to add points. So if they're killed by accident, it's 200 points. Suicide's 100 points. AIDS was 5 points.
I love how there's a system. I love how there's a
If it was
system.
a bank holiday, it was 100 points. If it was in the bath, they got 10 points. But then there was a bonus round. If you got 2 more on the same day, it was an extra 300 points. But then I won the year Stan Lee died because I literally was the first text mate saying Stan Lee's offed it, and he's like, "Shit, you win."
Chris Forsyth strictly done dancing. Yeah, I've got that. I'm on Wikipedia looking at the one-liners. I saw a sign today that made me piss myself. It said "toilets closed." You know, I get that a lot with my jokes. It's either or a, oh, for fuck's sake. It's more the latter. Whoever said laughter is the best medicine clearly hasn't tried curing diarrhea with a tickle fight.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Paul's internet has voluntarily shat itself. R.I.P. Paul and his internet. Well, I think on that note we should wrap it up, don't you?
Yeah. What else is there really to say other than fuck 2020?
Literally.
Yeah, 2020, you have been a disaster. You absolute wanker.
Nothing really has come out good at 2020 that I can think of, apart from
Tiger King of Tsushima.
I've hated everything from minute one.
Carol Baskin definitely did it. I'm just stating it now.
I don't think we're the right people to comment.
Oh, there was also the Carol Baskin video where she's like, "Hello, Rolf Harris."
Oh, that was genius. Absolute freaking genius. I go, yeah. Well, on that note, I'm jumping off, and so I'll bid thee farewell. And hopefully, 2021 will be a lot better video. So I'll be in, guys.
Yeah, well, may the force be with you, Al.
Wow. Get out. That hurt.
I did that on purpose.
Be all elite.
And in it, bruv, for the gangster.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Right, I'll catch you later.
All right, catch you later, man.
Right, well.
Now for the real fun to start, Mr. Dart.
This just sums up 2020. It's now just me. Everything that this podcast has been through for all the years it's been on, and now it's just me.
It's down to me and you. It's like pretty much sums it up, really, doesn't it?
It's gone to absolute shit. I can only apologise. I'm terribly sorry. I'm sorry for me. Yeah, I'm just sorry. We're ending this. Oh,
I'm back.
He saved the day.
You came back on just as like we had to Al was like, let's wrap up, and then Al got shouted by his missus.
Right. Oh well. My router decided to shit the bed, so yeah, I'm back. Just in time for the outro, so that's fine.
I was just saying, it was like what a horrible end for this podcast to end with just me.
I don't know what happened there. Just a certain internet ISP being the internet ISP that we know it's going to be. I'm not going to mention them.
Oh, go on.
Fuck it, talk. Pieces of shit.
Woo! If you were going to say no, I was just going to make some up.
I was about to say, does it rhyme with walk?
Yeah, it does rhyme with walk, but fuck it. I'll out the little bastards. It's talk. Fucking cunts.
Well, that's sponsorship, John.
Well, I don't want. Well, for a start, we could advertise Talk, but the thing is that when they take my internet connection away, I can't tell anyone about them, can I?
We could
Dickheads.
do a lot of things, really. We could do a lot of things, and we just don't.
Yeah, this is true. But hey ho, fuck a lot of them.
Yeah,
I know.
pretty much-
I never thought I'd say I want Sky back, but I want Sky back.
No, you don't.
Better than
you don't.
all right, okay. Put it this way: it's still better than this shower of shit.
Well, speaking of showers of shit, we were literally just talking about 2020, and what good came out of 2020?
I got my driver's license.
God, you sound so thrilled. We got my driver's license.
To be honest with you, though, it's taking a lot of graft and on my third attempt and a lot of stress, but I got there. So it took a lot of fucking energy out of me, but yeah, I got there in the end, and I'm pleased. I've only had my license 2 weeks, so I'm still getting used to being driving around on my own. And Cox has been subjected to that experience already. So
Coming to a pavement near you.
and hedge, and lamppost, and fence.
Fuck it, just mount the curve.
That's what I have to do in a park.
Go
How
full
did it
kill.
occur near you?
If you're gonna go anything, just go full killdozer.
Funny enough, oh yeah, Killdozer is amazing. But funny you should mention curbing it, because I actually did on my test and still passed. Because I pulled up and I heard a tiny scrape on the wheel, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because on my third attempt, and it was like, I had the old adage in my head that Jeremy Clarkson once said, it's like, if you can't pass your test on your third attempt, then you don't belong on the road. But then I was thinking to myself, I've pumped so much fucking cash into this, and it's like, I don't want to fail because of a tiny scrape on the fucking on the curb on a pull up to the left hand side. And I was like, and the guy gave me another chance to do it. I thought, what the fuck's going on here? He's still selling me manoeuvres and stuff like that to do, and I've clipped the curb. Because what you're supposed to do in COVID now is if you fail your test, they take you straight back to the test centre. Whether you're half an hour into your test or 5 minutes, they take you back to the test centre straight away. So I was like, well, hang on a minute, we're not quite going towards the test centre here. But it wasn't that clear because we were sort of heading towards that general direction, so it was a bit weird. But we carried on going, did what I did, and I thought, I got back and I was like, right, he's going to tell me I failed here. And it was like, oh, you've passed. I was like, please tell you, you've passed. I was like, what? You what? It was like, I clipped a curb. And he was like, yeah, but you took the tiniest little bite out of it. So it's not really worth mentioning. I was like, holy shit. But I thought
from the sound of things, you got a lenient one. Whereas I know there's certain testers where it's if they even feel the slightest clip and it's like that's it, fail.
Yeah, I got a really good one. I feel like I got a guy on a good day, and I know for a fact I did because he gave me 2 other attempts to do the same manoeuvre, and he said, "Well, I got super duper lucky because he's supposed to do a manoeuvre with a reverse element in it." And my reverse element was basically I had to pull forward into a bay, and all I had to do was reverse out. That was my reverse maneuver, was to pull out of a bay. The last one, I had to reverse backwards up a road on the wrong side of the road. So, so I feel like I got lucky, very, very lucky. So, yeah, I passed my test with, I won't say flying colours. I got 7 minors, but 7 minors is 7 less than what I needed to pass my test. So it'll do. And now I'm driving a KA around, so all is gravy, and it's a good little car.
Look out for that, people.
Yes, exactly. If you see a KA coming towards you, just dive out of the way. I'm not going to tell you what colour and what the reg is because I don't want you to dive out of the way of every single KA you see now. Because it could be me.
Now.
You see a KA coming, it could be me. We never know. Other than that, what have we had good going on this year? We've had a fucking fantastic F1 season.
Well, we were touching upon Tiger King, and I sort of mentioned the fact that there was of course, a lot of celebrities are doing the cameo videos.
Oh, yeah.
Carol Baskin, of course, signed up, and someone actually paid for her to do a video mentioning Rolf Harris and Jimmy Savile.
Oh god, that reminds me. There was a video in America. I don't know if it was Australia. I think it might be Australia actually. And someone said it was wishing them a happy wedding anniversary, and it was fucking Fred and Mary West in the picture.
Well, it's
And there was like happy wedding anniversary to these people. I was like, oh no.
The Carol Baskin one. She starts off. She's like, does the usual intro like, "Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. This is a message for Rolf Harris, just wishing you a happy birthday." And then she's like, "I'd also like to mention Jimmy Savile, or Jimmy Savile, as she calls him,
and his best friend Gary Glitter." He said, they wanted me to say this, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Do you want to be in my gang?
Because I'm the man who put the gang in bang.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Oh, God. I'm in Thailand. Fuck's sake. But yeah, 2020 overall has been an absolute shit heap, but it's not been without its odd glimmer of niceties. And I mean, like, you know, you have little glimmers of things like fucking, what's his name? Sir Tom, shall we call him? Because I can't remember his last name, bless him.
Sir Tom.
The fucking hero of an old bloke that decided to do, like, walking up and down his yard, even though he could barely move, for charity, and raise millions.
Sir Tom Moore.
There you go, that man. Then, you know, if anyone deserved a fucking a knighthood, it's him and not Lewis Hamilton. Absolutely.
Shout out to Rob Burrow as well. God bless him. Because Jesus Christ, what that bloke's going through! And the whole family. I mean, but I think it was a travesty, Lewis Hamilton. Hang on a minute, I've got to be careful how I phrase this. That Sports Personality of the Year award thing, who votes for it? Whose votes count? Is it the public's? Or is this just a strictly BBC thing?
It's a mixture, but who was up against Lewis Hamilton this year?
Well, surely it's one of those where it's a mixture, but it's a case of like whoever they want to win can win, or will win.
Yeah, it's usually heavily weighted. I mean, let's be honest, right? Who was up against Lewis Hamilton this year?
Tyson Fury, wasn't it, as well?
Tyson Fury.
He wanted out.
Yeah, he
he
wants to be taken out of it, like, because he whatever reason, I don't know why.
But what you got to realise is, okay, Lewis Hamilton, he's in a position where he's super fucking dominant, and it's a cakewalk for him to win. But he's created history this year. He's become the most successful man in motorsport, in the top end of motorsport. I'm not going to say all of motorsport, because in certain series and classes and different types of motorsport, there are people that are more successful than he is. You know, people like Tom Christiansen in Le Mans racing and things like that. But in terms of the mainstream motorsport that people follow and know, he is the most successful competitor of all time. Whether he's been in the fastest car in the world or not in the fastest bit of machinery that is on the grid, he's set records. And it's a significant year in the career of Lewis Hamilton. He's matched the greatest driver of all time, in my opinion, in terms of like race wins, in terms of pole positions, in terms of championships won. You can't take that away from him. And if you tell me anyone in British sport has done anything as significant as that on a world scale, I think you're crackers. I think you'd be wrong. As much as I don't like the man, as much as I don't feel like he's earned it per se, no one else has done anything more significant than he has this year. I can't see why you take it away from him. And that's just purely because there's no other competition in the fact how significant what he's done this year. Next year, he probably will get it again, because if he wins the World Championship next season, he will have the most World Championships of any driver in Formula One history. He will go ahead of Michael Schumacher. He'll get it again. unless someone like wins, will get like if we go to the Olympics and say someone clean sweep something like we get a gold medal in an event we've never got a gold medal in before, or something like that, then he's a shoo-in. If he wins the World Championship, he's a shoo-in. So that's the way I feel about it. I've no problem with him winning the World Sports Personality of the Year, because who else is going to get it other than him? And who else has done anything as significant as he has this year?
Cough, Phoenix Pod, cough.
Yes, there is that. We have been very busy doing significant stuff, becoming the top Phoenix Nights podcast on the internet.
The only Phoenix Nights pod on the internet.
Yeah, we win by default, so what?
Win by default.
It's a bit like what Lewis Hamilton did this season, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's one of those, 2020 can be summed up with one phrase, which is one I use quite more often than not when I'm having a really shit week, which is 2020 can go fuck itself.
Yes, it can.
Or this year can go fuck itself even.
Absolutely. And let's hope that 2021 is better for fucking everybody in every possible way.
In every crevice, in every hole.
In every hole, every crevice, every orifice that's imaginable, even the ones if you want to create new ones out of somehow, I don't know. Yeah, let's 2021 can't be any worse. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, it can't be any worse. And someone actually said it sounds weird. And I don't know. It was Dr. Van Tam who did got misquoted sort of thing to say that we should, people should pick up habits and keep them going. What we had in COVID, like the masks. He says he can envision people wearing masks forever. He says he doesn't mean that. He means, like, for example, like in the Middle East, like they do, not the Middle East, sorry, in Asia, where they wear masks all the time anyway. And if you notice, it's, we wear masks to reduce the spread of COVID, but it's also stopped to reduce the spread of flu and other viral infection like things that we can get. So maybe there's some good habits we can pick up from this as well. Would it really be such a bad thing if we got on with life and just had to wear a mask?
To be fair, I was walking through town today without a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was when I was walking to the bus to come drop stuff off at yours.
Yeah.
And I'm walking along, and it's like I feel weird, like not wearing a mask, like as I'm walking along past people also not wearing masks.
See, I don't wear a mask outside, but as soon as I go anywhere indoors, I do.
Well, I always feel weird, like taking it off to then have to put it back on, especially if I'm like walking from one shop to another shop. It's like I might as well just keep it on.
Yeah, if I'm going.
Or if I've been in a shop and then going right and walking to the bus, it's like, well, fuck it, I might as well just keep it on.
Yeah, that's it.
So.
Yeah, I'd keep it on as well. But again, is it that much of an inconvenience that if you're travelling from A to B, you wear a mask? What would you be doing anyway with your mouth while you're walking from places?
It depends what profession you're in.
There is that, yes. But it also depends on the length of the journey and that as well, I think.
Yeah, I get that. But if you're in somewhere busy, it wouldn't hurt. If it stops spreading any disease, not just COVID, like flu, colds, anything like that.
Say if you have because we always have like a flu season, don't we? We always have a flu season. I'm going to bring something up else after I've said what I have to say, because it's reminded me of something else. But with the flu season, what's to stop people to right? It's flu season. If you've got flu season, just whack a mask on while you're out on your daily business. In future, I'm not saying like is that really going to be a harm to everyone? Sure, there's going to be people who aren't going to do it. Hopefully, people do, because it is quite a bad thing, flu. I don't think really people realise how much flu is bad. This COVID, this new variant that's going round, viruses change constantly.
They do.
Viruses change every week. This COVID-19 has changed every day, every week. Every time it goes from one person to another, it changes. This is since whenever it started in China, or whenever it started in here. Why are we getting wrapped up about this one now? Why this one?
Apparently it infects people quicker, but end of the day, COVID's COVID.
Surely, if people are doing the rules in their area, obviously different areas have different rules now, surely that spreads it quicker. Or spreads it slower.
It depends on how densely populated you are. I mean, you look at the southeast; it's very densely populated. You've got London there. You've got all these little offshoot towns where people commute from. We've got a friend of ours, Cookson. He commutes from a town outside of London, goes into London. So a lot of people who may not live in London, but they commute to London on a daily basis. That's how it's going to spread all around the southeast. That's why most of the southeast is in tier 4 now, because people travel to and from London for work on their daily commute. And not only that, there's places in between London and to sort of like the coastlines all around the southeast is getting more and more and more densely populated because they need space for people's houses to live in that area, and eventually it's just going to be one big fucking massive sort of area of built up areas.
When do we say enough's enough? And in terms of, I mean, what's the government hoping for in terms of lowering these restrictions? Because I'll tell you this, it's not going away.
No,
never ever. This is going to be a thing that's going to be around. We're going to have to learn to deal with it at some point and live with it. Hopefully with these vaccines coming, that's going to help it. Thousands of people are going to get it every year from henceforth in. More people might get it next year. More people might get it next year. And more people might get it in 2022. So on and so forth. So with that in mind, when does this all end? What are we waiting for?
Right, the issue was, from what I understand, I'm not going to pretend to be some sort of expert. So this is just me opining from information that I sort of gathered by myself. The reason why there was such why everyone was running scared from COVID is because we don't have immunity to it. Now, the way my logic works is this: so once upon a time we didn't have immunity to flu, but we developed it without a vaccine. It's exposure end of the day. But if you notice, if you go back to the last big pandemic that Europe had, which was the Spanish flu, which was almost exactly 100 years ago, there wasn't all this sort of like fucking readily available information and misinformation, and it was basically your information was essentially newspapers. That was your lot, and people just got on with it and just put masks on and just got on with their daily lives. There wasn't all this like, we must stand 2 meters apart. We must not do this. We must not mix. There's pictures of like, if you go back, there's pictures of people in football stadiums and they're packed to the rafters. Bear in mind, this is middle of the Spanish flu, and they've all got masks on, watching the games. No one gave a shit. They all did as they were told. And lo and behold, I think there was a bit of a vaccine towards the end, but nothing like we've got now. And Spanish flu disappeared within 2 years.
We're victims of our own hysteria, I feel, in this.
Yeah, we have too much information.
We've created it. We've created the need for the I saw traffic lights outside of fucking Aldi to let people in and out. I mean, some of this stuff, honestly, it makes me scream. Because I go to work, you know my situation at work, how many people are there, how many I'm surrounded by, how close I am to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? But you're telling me I can't go and stand at a fucking pub or stand at a bar and get a drink? I can essentially rub up against people down the fucking clothing aisle in Tesco, and yet I can't go out and sit at a table at a restaurant. You can't. This is the problem people have, and this is why you're seeing so many conspiracy theorists and all these fucking marches start to happen. There's one thing going on, but there's a complete contradiction in the other sort of the rules. You are not gonna tell me for 1 minute that me going to Tesco with my mask on, yeah, is going to stop me getting it.
Yeah.
The same way, you're not going to tell me that me going to a pub is going to stop me from getting it. This shit is here. This is not going to leave us. Why are we putting loads of lives on hold? Why are we driving people to depression? Suicide rates have gone up 200% this year. 200%. We are driving people insane with these rules that make no sense. How can we be in tears from 1 to 4? Look at the country. I know some places are more densely populated than others, but let's be honest. Is tier 1 going to stop it more than tier 4? No. Is tier 4 going to stop it? No. We're trying to solve an impossible problem.
Yeah.
We want it. What people in people's minds now is the day when we say, "Oh, 0 infections, 0 death." That's what people are waiting for, and it's never ever going to happen.
No.
The day this will stop, the day we don't have to do this shit and we have no restrictions, is when they stop reporting on the people who have got it and the people who have died on it every day. Because every day people look at their phones, they pick up their phones, they go to Sky News or BBC or Guardian or wherever you're inclined to read. 20,000 people reported, 20,000 reported cases. And people shit themselves. And that creates that hysteria. That creates that paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
I think the day you stop reporting on cases and because nobody reports on suicides, nobody reports on deaths by cancer, nobody reports on deaths by hit by a bus. Yeah, you don't report that. It's not news. Yeah, the same way I don't think in a few months' time this will be news. They won't. They will stop releasing it. They will stop releasing these figures, and the only reason they're doing it now is because the WHO, World Health Organization, I hope I've got that right.
Yep.
That's what they're demanding, and I don't know why, because it's fueling the problem. It is fueling this economic downfall that every country in the world is going on. It is fueling the ongoing mental health crisis. If you thought there was a mental health crisis a few years ago in this country, if you thought that was something, watch this. And I know I say that like a joke. I say it like a joke, but I mean it. There's going to be a figure next year. This time next year, we'll be doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And there'll be a figure out. And there'll be all these deaths from COVID in the year that it was with us. So from, what was it? So, March to March? Call it that. There'll also be figures of other deaths. There'll be suicide figures. And I almost definitely think that, I hate to say it, that the numbers won't be too far apart.
Possibly. But what annoys me about it as well is when you got people, like you talk about the spread of it and how it can help stop spreading. People just do as they're fucking told and what they're supposed to do. For example, there's somebody on my street. I'm not going to mention them by name, obviously.
Oh, go on.
No, I'm not going to.
Boring, but okay, Steve.
Right.
There you go. Steve, you're an arsehole.
Steve. Yeah, I know a Steve. I play as a Steve, and he is an arsehole. But anyway, they put something on Facebook a few days ago saying that one of their family had tested positive for COVID-19. Now, what you're supposed to do in that situation, if someone in your household has COVID-19, you're supposed to self-isolate for 14 days or 10 days now. Yet, I went, before I came on the podcast and after I saw Coxie at my door, I went to Home Bargains because I needed to get some more sellotape for, obviously, Christmas wrapping and shit like that. And the gentleman that lives there was in the middle of fucking Home Bargains. What are you fucking doing? One of your family, one of your household has COVID-19. It's been tested, it's been found, they've been confirmed. They have COVID-19. Why the flying fuck are you in the middle of Home Bargains talking to all the members of staff there? Yes, you have a mask on, but you're being an irresponsible prick.
Yeah, but I think that's the casual sort of.
Oh, it won't
shitty
happen.
way people-
Yeah, I won't spread it. I'm being super careful. I'm only nipping out for a few moments, but the problem with that is it takes a few moments to spread it. So
But that's the problem as well. People are beginning to not care.
This is the problem. I mean,
So the government's got to do one of two things: either carry on, put us in another national lockdown, risk everyone kicking off more this time, or they say, right, off you go, be free, children. That's the two. That's at the end of the day, that's going to be their only options.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop talking now because he's holding his hand up.
It's well, I was going to say it's going back to like I was on the bus the other, probably about 2-3 weeks ago, and the guy got on the bus, and he goes, the driver says to him, "Oh, have you got a mask?" He says no, and he's like, "Well, you need to buy one then." But then the guy is just like, "Well, is the inspector going to get on and check?" And the driver's like, "Well, no, he's not." And the guy just like, "Well, it doesn't matter, does it?" Like, but then also when I've walked into shops and you can tell there's people who just like can't be asked because of the fact they'll get stopped and go, "You got a mask, mate?" And they go, well, no, I'm exempt." Like,
That's people's excuse. I'm exempt.
Yeah.
They don't have to prove it. They don't have to.
The biggest
well,
one
that's
for me,
it, like any idiot can say they're exempt, sort of thing. Like, it doesn't change anything. Like, they're not, because there's no way of like officially proving it. Anyone can just say, "Yeah, I'm exempt."
Yep.
Like, that's it. Like,
can't prove it. You can't ask them if you say that. If you ask, "What can you show me some proof?" No, it's an invasion of privacy. That fuck off.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of them. But what annoys me more than anything else is when you see people that are wearing masks, but the fucking schnoz is hanging out at the top and say, "What fucking protection have you got, you fit cunt?" Seriously. Where do you breathe in? You breathe in through your nose normally. Your nose is your main breather, any thingy, where you will potentially breathe in any fucking viral particles that you, whatever it is, that people sneeze at you or cough at you or whatever. You are not no protection. If anything, your mask is acting as a fucking dinner plate for your nose for the virus to be sucked in. You fucking idiots.
But that goes back to my point. People don't care.
No.
Some people have had the lockdown. They've had it. They've done it. They did the bit. Now they're fed up. They want to get out. They want their lives back to normal. And you're going to see more of it. You're going to see more of the people not doing what they're told. And that's what I said before. The government's got to do one of two things. Tighten things up. Risk people kicking off more, which is what will happen. Or let everyone be free. That's the cut and dry of it. No more. Fuck the tier system. Fuck the tier system. People want out.
Yeah. And the problem with that as well is what you got to think about how when London went from tier 2 to tier 3, what did people do? They went and had a massive fucking party without a single mask anywhere. And then you wonder why the rates went up even though the tiers went up.
Because people don't care.
Because people are fucking stupid. That is the problem. People are stupid. They can't follow advice. Or they're too fucking rebellious. Or they think, I don't have my rights infringed. I'm going to do this. The fact of the matter is, these tiering and this advice is there to help you get through this fucking infection so we can buy time, so we can get a vaccine out there, so you can go out and enjoy these things that you want to do. But the fact of the matter is, you go out there and do these things that you want to do at the risk at your health, at everybody else's health. Not only are you risking the possibility of you receiving this vaccine because you could be fucking dead, you're slowing progress down because people will not be able to go out and move freely to get this fucking vaccine because we're in fucking lockdown.
Well, they'll find a way to get the vaccine to people cut and dry. I think even if we are in a national lockdown, they'll find a way to get that vaccine out. Even
but it makes the logistics of it more difficult than it has to be.
Of course, yeah. But you've got the Pfizer vaccine now being rolled out everywhere. completely all over the world. We've got our Oxford and AstraZeneca. If I'm saying that, if I'm not, I don't care.
The Moderna one as well is coming along. I think that's been approved in America and Canada, I believe.
Yeah. So now we're seeing this stuff, and they're vaccinating around. I think it was 130,000 last week, first week.
I heard they've done 500,000 in 2 weeks for the first dose.
500,000 every 2 weeks. So what's that? 1 million people a month, shall we say?
Yeah.
So 6 million in 6 months.
But that you got to realise is it covers the most vulnerable. Once you've covered the 99% of the people that are most likely to be affected by COVID, you're probably going to be okay to start going towards normality again. Because someone like me, now I don't want to really tempt fate here, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't have any underlying health issues. I'm 35. I'm relatively young. I have a relatively decent immune system. I don't often get unwell. I would imagine if I did get COVID, I would get probably quite poorly, like I would maybe with flu or some other sort of disease similar to that. But I would pull through that. I would get through it, and I would be okay, and I would get to the other side. A bit like we have with flu and any other respiratory, like disease, viral disease that we have now. And I feel that's what would happen for us. But the fact is, the people who have got underlying health issues, that have got low immunity, that are old and frail, things like that, they need to be the people that vaccinated first, so that the rest of us unvaccinated for the time being can go back to some normality, knowing that we're not going to pass this infection on to people that it could fucking kill.
Would you? I take that argument, and I will take it a bit further by saying, is it not the same as, say, our seasonal... hang on. I've got to be careful how I phrase this. Is it not the same risks as you would say seasonal flu would be to someone that is vulnerable?
Yes, and I'll tell you how why I think this. Because of my previous career in care. Once upon a time, I remember having a relatively heavy cold, and I got told to come into work. I came into work and I passed that heavy cold on. It wasn't even flu. It wasn't anything really, really bad. It was a heavy cold. And I passed that on to an old dear who was like 96. She was on fucking death's door with it. Alright? This is what I mean about this. You vaccinate, say for example, she had the vaccination for said heavy cold. Say this is a heavy cold, you can get a vaccination for this heavy cold, which is a viral infection, very similar, and in the same sort of family as COVID-19. She would have had some protection to that heavy cold and may not have got as ill with it. Now, obviously, this could come round yearly, and what I can see them doing is when you have kids have MMR, they have like a vaccination which is multiple at the same time. I can see them doing the flu jab in conjunction with the COVID-19 jab at the same time. Now, I'm not an expert. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that would make you ill because of the combination of the two. I don't know. But for me, the logical thing would be, if you're going to give the vaccination, it's not supposed to make you ill. It would make sense to give you both at the same time. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not a health professional. I can't say if that would work or not.
I think it's just become one of those where it's going to become like a mandatory vaccine to get anyway, like how you have to get your what's the one you get in high school now?
You get your
meningitis, is it?
Meningitis is one you get, but I think it's what's the one where you get the stamp on your wrist? I can't remember what it's called. You had like a stamp that you got on your wrist. And then if it came out a certain way, you had to have the injection. If it went another way, you didn't have to have it.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Was that not meningitis?
No, it weren't meningitis. It was another one. Because of an M, though. I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Measles or something.
Measles. I know there was a mumps one and things like that.
Yeah,
anyway.
That's your MMR jab, isn't it? But
yeah, there's another one. I can't fucking remember. It gave you a scar on the top of your arm anyway.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it's called now off the top of my head under pressure. But yeah, that became mandatory. I can imagine you having to have one maybe every year if you worked in certain sectors, working with vulnerable people, such as carers. You'd have to have that. Like, for example, you have your DBS check, your monthly training, yearly training, like top-ups, and your top-up of your jab of COVID-19.
Yeah, it's going to be like a hep jab, innit, sort of thing. So it depends how long, and if they can make like a thingy where it's like a one-off, you have one, then the month later you have the second one or whatever, then yeah, brilliant. But otherwise, like...
It all depends on how the virus mutates. Because if it works the same way as because it's a different way they've come out with this vaccine in a different way where they've not actually used the actual virus to make
That's the Oxford one, that one.
Yeah. There was another one. It was a way where they've actually just used the protein, where it attacks the protein in the barbs of the virus, so it stops it binding to cells. And the way I like to explain it is, imagine the vaccine's like an axe, right? And the barbs of its arms, and it uses the arms to grab things to pull itself closer to infect them. If you take that axe and chop the arms off, you take the ability away to infect cells by grabbing it and pulling it towards. Now imagine it's now mutated, and apparently one of the mutations is affected to how the protein works. But the protein is exactly the same as what the vaccine attacks, or has been developed to sort of go for. But imagine that arm is now changed to a leg, your leg, and it still has the ability to grab and pull. It's still made of the same thing as your arm. So the vaccine will still attack it, and it'll still debilitate it and stop you doing the same thing. It's mutated, but it still attacks it and stops it from doing what it's supposed to be doing. It depends if the virus mutates to a point where it changes that ability to something else.
But they'll just change the vaccine like they do with the influenza jab. Change the flu vaccine every year.
Yeah, which is
change that every year. So that's what I mean. Why are people flapping?
Because we don't have a vaccine. We didn't have a vaccine for COVID-19. We did not have the immunity to this vaccine, especially people who not vaccine. This is that disease, especially people who were vulnerable. Now, new diseases have come up since the dawn of time, and we've got really ill with them, but then got immune to them. It's going to take time for that, and if this happened 500 years ago, no one would give a fuck. Let's be honest. We'll just get on with it. Oh, they got ill. Like, look at what happened to bubonic plague. All they did was put a fucking X on your door. You died, and that was it. That would be essentially what would happen with this. You might not have even gone, it's COVID-19, or you've got the cold or a flu. They wouldn't have known. It's just modern day technology. We're having too much information, and that's what makes people scared. That is what I genuinely think. At the same time, though, it is taking people away. It is killing people, and as a modern society now, that's unacceptable. So you've got to do something, otherwise you're abhorrent. Do you know what I mean? So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't in this situation.
Well, yeah.
And I feel probably the moral thing for them to do would be to save as many lives as possible, and that includes the vulnerable and people who are at an age where if they did get an illness as serious as COVID, they probably wouldn't survive it without intervention. So, but that's the way it is now. It all like human rights didn't exist 200, 300 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now they do. So that's the way it is. It's modern day. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's fucking right, but it's modern day. It's modern day approaches to a modern day. Well, not a modern day problem, but an ancient problem. So, but yeah, there's no right answer. There is no right answer. I put a status on Facebook saying, what is it? Incoming Boris is a cunt. comments and statuses incoming, and I'm just sat here thinking, well, you go and do a better job.
Mhm.
End of the day, we're in a situation that no one's ever predicted, no one's ever dealt with. There is no precedence for this person had this problem and this is what we did about it. There isn't that in record, there isn't that in history to go by and say, right, this is how we deal with this situation and this is what we're going to do. You're judging someone going by information, reading information that they're getting literally probably days in advance. There is no contingency plan. They're doing this by the seat of their pants and they're going to make mistakes. If you do something without planning, without a contingency plan, without written instructions or any advice or anything like that, people in the know, anything to know, you're going to make mistakes. It's like building a wardrobe for the first time without the instructions. You're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. People, I get it. I don't like Boris Johnson. I think he's a fucking doofus. I think he's a prick. But I can't fault the man for trying to guide us through this situation when he's looking for advice his fucking self. And his advisors don't even know exactly what's going on because we don't know what's going on. It's as simple as that. We've never come across this situation before. How can you judge the man for making wrong decisions when you don't know what the right ones are? The right ones aren't obvious. The wrong ones aren't obvious because no one's made these choices before.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them in a way. These guys have got to act because they've got to sort of appease the public that are demanding they do something.
It's an impossible job.
Yeah, and it can't go on like this for much longer. No. Something's got to give. Something has got to give, unfortunately.
Yeah, but like as someone we keep saying, that Keir, whatever his name is, the leader of the Labour Party.
He's a bigger wanker.
Well, here's the thing.
Bigger wanker.
Here's the thing. People call it like, we need somebody else in control. So who else are you going to have in control? The only other viable person in this country would be the leader of the Labour Party, and they would fuck it up just as much as Boris Johnson would, because again, he does not know what the situation is going forward, because we don't know, because there's no precedence for it. It's not like Brexit, right? You know what the situation is going to be. You know what the options are on the table, months and years in advance. Even though even then he's fucking that up, but still that's a completely irrelevant conversation anyway. There's nothing like that on the table. It's like imagine the early explorers in a boat in the 1600s, and they're just sailing somewhere thinking, oh, there might be an island over there. But they don't know for certain. We'll just go in that direction and see what's there. But then they get ridiculed for not finding anything. But they don't know there was anything there in the first place.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Like I say, I love someone who's slagging him off, or slagging anyone that's in that situation, in that room, making these decisions, in these Cobra meetings or whatever, and point us out, tell us what exactly thing we should do that 100% will get us out of this situation, and then implement it. And the answer will be, well, I don't know.
Most people's answer.
I think we've vented enough on COVID for this episode.
I think so.
So let's finish on something a bit more positive.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. So
that's my department. We're going to end on something really positive.
Hang on a minute. How positive? Are we talking positive and detrimental to people, or what are we talking about? I can read out the top 25 best news headlines. Here we go. Forecasters call for weather on Monday. No idea. Number 2, amphibious picture makes debut. Now, I think you say amphibious, but what I'm getting at here is that it's ambidextrous, is what they mean. For some reason, he's amphibious. Cows lose their jobs as milk prices drop.
Wow.
Miracle cure kills 5th patient. Oh, that was rubbish. State population to double by 2040. Babies to blame. Mississippi's literacy program shows improvement. Not funny when I've said it. However, when I point out that Mississippi is spelt incorrectly, it's spelt Miss Ippies. Miss Ippies? There we go.
Awesome.
Breathing oxygen linked to staying alive. Thursday's cancelled. You know what? So this is dead. I'm going to read out the daydream more.
Was it something less slagging people off, I was thinking, but...
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, don't be silly. Shut up. When has that ever got me anywhere? Talk amongst yourselves while I just...
Something positive. Brentford made it to the semi-final of the League Cup for the first time in their history. That's positive.
God bless them. Who've they got in the old semis?
Well, the draw's been made, and it's going to be sod's law. It's going to be your lads.
Oh, no, I've seen it. Oh, I think we've got shited.
Holders Man City would face Man United, yeah, which means Brentford are facing Tottenham.
I'm putting money on Brentford.
I'd love to see Brentford in the League Cup. It reminds me of when Bradford got to the final.
Oh, and he played Swansea and Swansea battered him, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Bradford, who was in League 2 at the time, battered Aston Villa over 2 legs and won both games, and Aston Villa were a Prem side at the time. So I remember that very, very fondly. It was almost as good as when Blackpool beat Wigan on the first day of the season in the Premier League. 4-0, and Baptiste scored that wonder goal off the sideline. It wasn't a cross, honestly, but it was a wonder goal, and he meant every fucking moment of that.
It was a fucking cross.
Prove it.
My neighbour spent all day yesterday laying out turf in his front garden. Then last night someone stole it. He's back out there now, looking for lawn. Looking for lawn. Oh, just end the fucking podcast. Fucking hell. Just end it, please.
That was a Daily Sport headline, that surely, wasn't it?
No,
it was like one of the
sponsor me, please.
The Daily Sport headlines are amazing. Like, I shoved a pack of Smarties up my bum and now I've shit rainbows or something stupid like that.
It's very interesting medical diagnosis you have there.
I told you I'm not a medical expert, so you know, I can't say sticking Skittles or Smarties up your arse is actually, you know, it could, for all I know, it could be a cure for COVID. So I don't know.
Anything else positive from this year that I can think of? Anything like? It's been a bit shit, really, hasn't it?
It has been a bit poo, but like I say, it doesn't. One positive outlook, one positive, huge, massively positive thing. That next year can't possibly be any worse than this year.
And if you're listening into next year's Nuclear Holocaust special episode,
yes, here we are reporting live from the secret bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all adore our new North Korean overlords.
No, that was a Frankie Boyle joke he made about 5 years ago.
Back when it was relevant, when we was all shit scared of the Koreans. Sorry.
We've gone very Brexit all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, we could all be skint and starving next year. That could be fun. That's if you believe all the fucking naysaying and shit. But hey ho, we shall see.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Absolutely.
Join in if you know the words. Come on.
I don't sing
on that joyous note of man there.
Absolutely.
I think it's time to call it quits.
I think it is time. I think we're calling time, yes. I'm not used to ending podcasts without the word next at the end. It's a bit weird now.
It is weird.
It is weird. I don't have any plugs at the minute either because my Twitter handles are all blocked at the minute. But I can say you can look
you can find RAD on Facebook.
You can find RAD
and on Apple Podcasts and all that.
Apple Podcasts
shite.
and all the places you get podcasts for. Now, at the moment, we haven't got any new episodes since June, but I think I might have to up the upload rate, I think, next year. So we'll bang heads together and we'll get something out in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, people. Come on.
The Brexit special when we're...
Not Dad says he boots up his PSP.
Oh, yeah. do.
Yeah, generally still have one.
Yeah, I was playing a TV boy before. You're looking at me funny, like it's weird. Look it up, I promise you.
I do not want to type the words TV boy on Google. So I've been looking up Dear Deirdre Encyclopedia this tonight. I don't want anything else to go next. Anything else after that. If I keep it consistent, I'm going to be all right. But anything other than
it'd be sort of like you'd type in TV boy, and it'd come up with like completely wrong search result, and your wife would walk in behind you, but what the fuck are you looking at? It's not what it looks like. Paul told me to search for it, and it'd be like Paul's wife would be getting a message from your wife, like, why is your husband telling my husband to look up TV boys on Google?
I told you not to mess with them podcast boys. Like that.
Oh, tuberculosis was the thing we were getting vaccinated for.
Hey, shout out to tuberculosis. Oh my god, I can't even say a damn thing.
Tuberculosis.
The T word.
You're a frigging teacher, man.
I'm not teaching about tuberculosis. That what he said. For fuck's sake. End the fucking podcast, please.
Yeah. Anyway, you can find the Lost Art on Facebook, on Twitter at Lost Art Podcast. You can find our sister podcast, Lost Art of Wrestling, on Facebook and Twitter as well at LAW Podcast, and you can find the Phoenix Pod on all good podcast providers.
Yep. Pretty much sums it.
So professional. I envy that level of professionalism you have.
The top level podcaster here, man.
Have you met me in person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a real Daz.
Touche, sir.
Have you got anything to plug out?
Yes. Follow me. I've changed my Instagram name to keep up with my persona of being an absolutely irritating fuckwit. I am now the irritating husband on Instagram. Please follow my TikTok at the annoying husband. Where you'll see regular videos of me being an absolute fucking arsewipe and just genuinely annoying my poor wife, whose parents just wish I would murder her so they could grieve properly, really. Again, Frankie Boyle, my hero. Go follow my TikTok. It's actually quite funny. For me.
And while we're talking about handles and whatever, I need to actually address this. For some reason, like I say, I have no plugs, I said before. This is because Twitter are absolute fuckwits and decided that for some reason they thought when I tweeted something in Blackpool, they thought I was in Bradford and locked all my accounts out. And I can't get back in them. So that means that I'm going to have to start a new UK RAD Twitter. So watch this space, and I will get this tweet sorted maybe in the next few days, and maybe get pushed on the Lost Art feed. Maybe we shall see. But yeah.
Well, for the Lost Art of RAD, I've been AXC.
I've been definitely stupid and allegedly sexy.
And I've been the real Not Daz. This has been a disaster.
What, the year or the podcast? Or both?
Both.
Just anything I come near and am involved in is a disaster. I apologise for everything. 2020, you've been a dick. See you later, pal.
Yeah. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
2020, go fuck yourself.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Boo! You suck!